I think that I'm going to hiding, somewhere by a gated star. Baby, they ain't never gonna find me. I'm a renegade. I could be the one who saved you from this place. We could be as one and escape. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside. Burns inside. Burns inside. Burns inside. I won't let you down. We could have the world to ourselves, going to a place that's far, staring at the stars for hours, 'cause you're a renegade. I could be the one who saved you from this place. We could be as one and escape. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside. We can run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside. Take away the pain, we can go insane. Trust me, I won't let you down. I won't let you down. Yeah, I won't let you down. 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 I won't let you down.
Nathan, how you going, mate? We'll try that.
Hello and welcome. Bathurst 12-hour weekend is about to get underway tonight. We've got in the booth with me Nathan Villalonga and Thomas Riley. How are we, gentlemen? Are we ready for tonight? I don't think they can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. I'm really excited for the weekend and excited for this race. Yeah, need a best man.
Yeah, evening chat, evening Mel, evening Nathan. Yeah, looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be an absolute ripper. Absolutely.
Got quite a few cars out there, which is great to see. I am expecting an interesting evening tonight. A couple of new things we're trying here for these big weekends. We've got 4 support races coming up over the next 2 days with 2 GT4 races, a Lamborghini Sprint and a Porsche Cup Sprint. And I don't know which one you're looking forward to the most, but there's a sneaky rumour GT4 Wet and Wild might get pretty involved. What are your thoughts?
I did some wet running in a little filming session last night on a flooded track, and it was chaos. It was absolute chaos. Those who choose the Maserati for the Wet and Wild, good luck to them.
Yep, they are definitely...
That's all I can say.
They're a different kettle of fish, those people that pick up the Maserati. I do really hope we see a Maserati out there. It'll be fantastic. Have you guys driven Maserati much?
I haven't used the Maserati that much. I haven't used GT4 cars that much, but I mean, some of the crazy ones I think would be using the Maserati in the race.
Yeah, I haven't done much in it. I've done a little bit of running in GT4s, but I'm a bit of an Alpine fan, to be honest. Alpine or the BMW, certainly my 2 favourites. I know you, Mel, you're a Camaro man through and through.
Yep, Camaro and the Ginetta. Love it. Absolutely love it. Tonight, though, the Lamborghini Super Trofeo. We're still waiting for the brand new one to come out in this game, which could be the rate it's going, 2026. So at the moment, we're still using the normal one.
Same as we're also still waiting for the DLC, the next DLC of what would appear to be America.
Yes, I don't see...
The teasers are going to be...
I wish there was some type of announcement. Everyone's just foaming at the bit to find out when that's going to be out.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited for it. I do really hope that they put in the Super GT4s in the game. So should be able to
I reckon we're going to see a couple of cars in their lids tonight, which you kind of expect here at Bathurst. So this is the first one. After this, we've got the GT4, which is a Midnight Bash race, meaning it's just going to be pitch black dark in the GT4 cars. And then following that tonight, we've got Team Challenge 1, which will be the first event for the Bathurst 12-hour competitors, which is something I'm really looking forward to. It's kind of like a super sprint as Hayden snap locks himself off the track.
Yeah, you have to run quite a high TC off down in the Super Trofeos. It is very taily at the best of time. So, yeah. Interesting to see how these guys manage up through, out of the cutting is probably one spot where they can find a lot of time. Not as much aero on these as there is on the proper Huracan, but I still got the guts. I can still move.
Yeah, what type of top speed are you looking at down Conrod?
I think it's probably in and around. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's around the 260 mark.
Yep.
So it's a little bit slower, but.
We'll put the pressure on here and we'll go to a car that's heading towards Conrod. 26 way. Oh, someone's left it. The car that I just selected, so that's a curse. Oh, that's not a good spot to be, and that is why sometimes we have a safety car. So if you do this and you suffer severe damage, you are nearly better off just returning to the pit. There we go. Good decision was good. And just up the road, Mike Reels done the exact same thing. Alright. Let's see some of the top speeds here. Does it have a speedo?
It does not have a speedo
Another
on the
Honda.
dash.
Okay, we'll do this. Cheap. About right. 261. Slow boy. Porsche Cup car down the straight though. That will be a rocket tomorrow night.
What's that? 278, 279 or something I got it to last night.
I think it can get 280 if you do
Yeah.
it. Set it up
Yeah,
just for that.
yeah, I think it can get to 81. I think 280 the Porsche Cup, and it drive lines towards Control Straight. So
I'm looking forward to that very much. Not quite as many entries for the Porsche Cup tomorrow. I think I've got a few scared as the
think
lead
it's-
in the background pins itself.
I think it might be TC related, to be honest. Of course,
Yeah.
the Cup car doesn't have TC. It does have ABS and cockpit adjustable too, but doesn't have any traction control. So, getting your exit out of the last, out of Hell Corner and Murray's Corner, very difficult. Up through the cutting in the Porsche Cup, not too bad because you just keep it in the camber. But exit of, getting up through turn 2 and then up through the cutting. Cutting's difficult. And you do have to lift over the top. It's certainly not flat, not quite enough aero, but
Yeah, I think
good
they're
fun all the same.
They're going to try and extract that pace out of it on the straight. So, oh, there's a wall.
Oh, over the
also,
first time we see that over the weekend.
what have we got? 2 minutes left. If you want to jump into this race, make sure you're on a Discord. And then go to the ACC server, search for ORAP, smash in the password, and you're on the track and ready to race. We've also got a GT4 race coming up straight after this with this exact same setup. I think the Team Challenge won tonight. Those qualifying sessions are going to be intense. One mistake and it could cost you several positions, plus those probably behind you. But it's all a bit of fun. I think someone's decided that the winning team is going to receive a Zinger box and some iced coffee. I reckon that's a great idea, to be honest. That's easy to organise.
That is. I think the iced coffees are coming out of JC's fund during the F1 commentary.
I don't think he's got a fund, does he? The man's about to go bankrupt. It's quite funny.
Yeah, there weren't many good calls the last couple of weeks.
Oh, he started off pretty poorly with He's coming good though. He's out there tonight. He's in the pits though. Look at that 1 ton Trofeo. I don't mind it.
is it that heavy?
Oh, I wouldn't imagine so. Like, it would be definitely 1 ton, I reckon. I'm actually not sure how much these cars weighs.
They'll be, I think they're probably a whole lot lighter because they don't have to meet a regulation because it's a one make series, so it's not like
do whatever they want.
so. Yeah, Lambo can just go for it.
Is it made for like gentleman drivers in general?
I'm not sure what the design of the series is, whether or not it's for gentleman drivers or whether it's like a sort of like a tier for a second tier or something in Lambo's factory program. So
Well, it's been categorised on the game as GTC rather than ST, so I'm not quite sure. They've also put the Porsche Cup car in the same category as GTC. I'm not even sure what that means or stands for, but all we know is that we're going to see crashes, we're going to see some laughs, and hopefully some really good battles tonight. Alright, so we're about to kick over qualifying, which means the race will be shut. You can still join, but you'll be starting from the back most likely. Fastest time so far is Lockie Nichols with a 207.4 in practice. Got 3 in the 207s. I wonder if anyone's practiced for this. I reckon they have, to be honest, because JC messaged me yesterday and said he needs to go get a setup sorted for this race, and I'm like, whoa, that's taking it serious, and I like that.
Can the guys ask if what do you think is like a better alternative for like the current one for the GT3 of Lamborghini? Like a different model. What do you think is a good different model for the Lamborghini GT3?
I think it's just they don't have to go to as the GT3 rules with the engine, weight spec, all that stuff. They can really just do what they need to do in the Super Trofeo class. I think the Super Trofeo 2 is quicker. They're all Hurricanes, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all based on a Hurricane. They're all based on a GT3 Hurricane anyway, and then they're just adjusted to match the specific idea that they want, and you go from there. Same with the Porsche Cup. The Porsche Cup is basically a GT3 Porsche, just with a little bit less aero and
More depth, yeah.
And of course, in Carrera Cup Australia, they run in the two different classes in Pro and the AM class. You get Pros don't have ABS, and AMs do. That's managed by.
Oh, really?
Yep. So that always mixes things up a notch.
I reckon. I suppose even in Pro class, you've been driving these beasts for long enough that ABS pretty feels like a hindrance anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, well, my prediction here for qualifying, we're going to see a 2:07.2. That's my prediction. What about you guys? What do you reckon?
I think that's pretty close. I'd say certainly a low 7. Definitely a low 7, and I think it'll be Lockie Nichols and Stevie Ty up the top. Liam Hamilton will challenge as well. If anything, on their practice pace was reflective, so I think that'll be the top 3 to look out for.
Hamilton loves a support race. We saw last year in the final series of Sprint when he pops up, makes an appearance, and goes extremely well.
He's a quick driver, yeah. I've been battling with him last season in the rookie season. Yeah, he's always in the front, so it's kind of frustrating.
What are your thoughts on this livery?
Stands out.
Yeah, it's not.
It does.
Sponsors will like it if you can see the car.
Not that good though in terms of color correction.
I'm not sure you can put a sponsor on a car like that, with that livery. This isn't that bad. I don't mind that. That's an invert of that. Doesn't look horrible.
It's funny seeing.
What do you guys think is like a good color combination when it comes to liveries of a GT3 car?
Anything with orange in it. I'm pretty biased though. You can't really go wrong with blues. You just need to make sure those accents really complement the two main colours that you've chosen.
I'm a big fan of two-tone, so like red and white, or black or red or something like that. Something with a dark or light base colour. Normally just a black or a grey or something, or if you run clear chrome colours that are dark, and you just get a little bit of a hint of the main colour.
Yep. Here we go.
So I'm not sure.
McDonald's
I'm not
bus.
sure who's in.
Jacob's gone for McDonald's sponsorship here. Nichols.
Like
I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
No, that's the sort of thing that you look for. You look for, yeah. The one thing about ACC and the livery and the colours you can use is the blacks don't, like the way that the matte works. It just doesn't look anywhere near as good as you see matte black on a car, an actual race car in real life, and it looks a billion times better.
Yeah, I agree completely. It's hard here. Mats on this game aren't super.
I mean,
like
I do wish. Yeah, I do wish the Kudos make some good liveries for every other car, so the liveries really suck here in this game for me. So, yeah.
Just lacks a lot of templates. At least they're not driving the Lexus, which you can just change the wheel colour.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Let's go with qualifying Delta.
Lucky Nichols on top.
27.2.
There you go.
He's up though.
Do you think Nichols would be going to 2069?
I'll say no, just to stick with my original prediction. I forgot about Rasko. He looked alright in practice one. Jamie, I'm not quite sure about this livery yet. Like, it's okay, but that's. Well, they're both going really well. Whack!
My bet is that he didn't design that livery himself. I think he may have had some assistance from a special someone in his life.
Oh, I'm hoping that was one of his kids.
Yes, that one.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Which one?
Yes.
First or second or third or fourth or fifth? I'm going to say the first one's definitely got involved in there. I'm sure they're upset that they couldn't put a sticker on the car as well. Oh, here's a funny story. And so Christmas time, it was Christmas on my dad's birthday. I can't remember. Either way, we got him a present, and I also bought him a Super Mum sticker for his car. Now, I was going to give it to him. He's very Holden. He's very Bogues draft. He's very particular on his things. And I showed my brothers what I bought him, and one of my brothers grabbed the sticker, chucked it on his car, and didn't say anything. I'm like, oh no. Anyway, the next day he found out, and he blew his top. Oh, he cracked it. So yeah, don't put a sticker on your dad's Commodore that says Super Mum. Oh dear. But you should put it on Jamie's car. That's what I'm saying. Maybe he does have a Super Mum sticker on his car.
Maybe he does. Maybe that's why he's got the colour scheme as well.
Oh, I reckon his partner's definitely got the Super Mum sticker.
Yeah.
She's doing the heavy lifting. Jamie's just about. No, I'm joking, mate. You're actually a legend. Nichols is. Oh, hang on. He's on track here for 206.
I do hope he can stick that, man.
Oh, he's grabbed the wall.
Damn. Just touched the wall.
But he's still up. What is going on?
Oh, he's in it again and again.
Oh, no.
He's really pushing the car. Yeah.
How is he still up?
And gaining. A little bit of a correction there. Oh, he's lost a bit of time there. Compromised his exit after the dipper. Alright, Steelbow. Any time to be found on exit? No. Oh yeah, not yet. Oh. Still going to be a stonking lap. Stephen Ty, long way down. He's nearly ruled himself out if he hasn't started a lap soon. Missing. Not of the Nissan. Oh, it's 5 into the 7s. Through the chase. Oh, bit of a wiggle.
Might be stuck with a 7-2. He will improve. Not by much though.
2717. That time.
That's so close though. Almost.
He got right behind both. Oh, no, he's put out. That's it, him done. Ignat said, look, that's fine. That's front row at the moment.
I think Stevie Ty's about to start a lap here, so he's just behind Salterod.
Here he is.
His car doesn't look unstable, you know, in terms of like aero package, but when you're driving it looks so loose going down Skyline. So
It's quite a little fun car to drive.
It moves around under brakes. It does a bit of everything. So certainly,
You drive it.
yeah. Yeah, but a bit like supercars will be next year. Reports have been stellar, apparently, about how much the new V8 supercars in Australia move around and
A bit harder for them, even though they're
yeah,
harder.
really have to drive them.
Can I ask if you guys have info about this? When did supercars integrated like the paddle shifters? Because I know from
This
before
year.
they're using the stick shift. Oh, this year, only
Yeah.
this year, right?
Yeah.
No. So there's no. They made an announcement a couple of weeks ago that there'll be no stick shift, no paddle shift.
But they're not changing it
Oh,
then.
No, not changing it. So
because it looks brilliant without it.
yeah.
It's one of the not many series that still use the old stick. I mean, not stick, the shift. Because you look in the cockpit of a supercar and it's just, it just looks fun.
Yeah. And you watch like Shane Van Gisbergen doing a lap, around the mountain or around, Townsville or any of those circuits where they have to make a lot of changes.
Lockie Nichols, though. 207 on the nose. He doesn't quite get the 206, but that's still a mega lap. Denkachu Swaggins in the pink beast. I don't mind that. Every grid needs more pink. He is on track to improve by quite a healthy margin. Top four so far: Nichols, Hignett, Ty, Misson, Convoy in the pits finished. So we'll start 13th. If you're in OR and still on the Discord, you can jump in the race. You'll be right at the back though. I'm assuming there's spots left. Oh, there's 30. Oh, someone has. So, Meddings and Boats, they've both just joined late. So there's 32 on the grid, which is great to see. GT4's coming up next after this. That'll be at midnight. So, your choice of GT4 car. As Swaggins goes P2. What a final lap there. 207.2.
Left it up. That's what he's done there.
Still got two more on track. 63 is invalidated, but Lee Perkins has found a lot of time. Currently 23rd. Merlin Motorsport crosses the line. He's going to gain up to one position. Yeah, anticlimactic there.
Yeah, when you're up 1.3 seconds or whatever he was, and you only gain one spot.
Save reacts only.
You would expect like 4, but no.
Yeah.
There's a lot of defaults out there. A lot of standard liveries. The black and red stripe.
There's a lot of those. There's a lot of poor effort being shown by several drivers. Let's just call them out. We'll start from here. It's this guy. They're fitting. Jesse, come on, Jesse. Better than that. Raj, you're better than that. Hayden, you get a pass. Alan McIver, you're better than that. Zach Malloy, definitely better than that. And we've got more joining at the back. Ricardo Hudson, you get a pass. Boats, Meddings and Scarney, you get a pass as well because you joined late. But great looking grid here. It's really filled up towards the end. This isn't live stewarded, so I hope everyone behaves. No, Eric, I've given you a pass, mate. You joined this late, and it's fine. You can pick whatever livery you want. There's some seasoned veterans out there, and honestly, they should have been putting more effort in the liveries. It's all about that. It doesn't matter how well you go, it's how you look. So, Nichols and Swaggins in the top two. Who's going to take this win today?
What do you think?
I'm going to pick Nichols. I think.
I'm with Swaggins for now.
Swaggins. I'm going to go a roughie. I'm going to say Benjamin Hignett wins this from third.
Let's see. Everything will be decided in lap 1.
No, everything's decided in turn 1.
Yeah. Turn 1 more. Yeah.
This is technically an open lobby, and hopefully, the session starts a bit longer, so more nerves, more drama. Warm track, 32 degrees, no wind. Little birdie told me that we won't see much rain tonight, but Bathurst 12 hour itself. Bring your raincoat. That might scare a few people now, I've said that.
Are we seeing
Yeah.
rain for the Bathurst?
I don't know.
Oh, well.
I hear though, there's a bit of cloud cover coming across, but I'm not sure how the weather format really works in this game anymore, because we've set a couple of sprint races pretty high and it was dry as a bone. So, but I do hope. I just love seeing variable weather. So if it starts off dry, shower comes across the track for an hour or two, clears, and the rest of the race is fine. I like that type of thing.
Silverstone was great for that, wasn't it?
Yep.
Silverstone 12 hour before Christmas.
A few people in chat worried about the rain, but yes, if you are racing, do prepare that you may suffer some moisture, because it will be on the server, but it's up to the server to decide.
It's gonna be nerve-wracking, man, for the drivers.
Yes, definitely. Alrighty, Bathurst 12-hour weekend is about to get underway. Our first race is Lamborghini Sprint. There's 33 now. Fingers crossed we can have a nice race here without too much murder. Nichols, Swaggins, Hignett, Ty, front rows. We're away. It's a nice balanced start there from the first 5 rows. 2 by 2 by 2. Gentlemen, that is beautiful. I wait with bated breath. Everyone taking it nice and easy. What is going on? This isn't real. But you love to see it. Swaggins putting the pressure on. Knock Lockie Nichols at turn 2. Lockie has parked his bus in the right spot to defend though. It is very hard to get a move done on the outside. And swings it right through. No yellow flag so far. There's a couple of those exclamation marks which mean there's been contact. But we're all systems go. Beautiful start, gents.
Absolutely, but ridiculous given there's no stewarding for one. So everyone could have just gone out there, been a bit reckless in a turn 1, but everyone's really taking it nice and easy. Cold tyres, and this will be your favourite entry one at Mull. Quick, yeah.
I think Misson wants that zinger box. Oh, we've got a couple outs. Oh, there's a massive crash at the back. Oh my goodness, that's lit up like the 4th of July. Yellow flags everywhere. We're going to have to watch that replay back. And I think half the field have been yeeted into oblivion. Russia has declared war on that corner. And, oh my God, it's still yellow. Goodness me. Oh, even my phone hates it.
There's a lot of cars in pits too.
We have just lost a third of the field.
I can't believe you
Goodness
jinxed it, guys.
gracious me.
As soon as we were saying just how nice and clean it was to start. Oh dear.
Oh dearie dear. Well, that's a send at the chase. They've made it work though. We will watch it. This is still yellow. It's still yellow. It is still kicking off. Oh my goodness. That replay is going to last as long as his race by the looks of it. It's still yellow. You don't want to watch it back either. It is not great. We'll have to check it back in a second, but Lockie Nichols leads the way from Swaggins, Ty, Hignett, Misson. Ty has managed to gain one on old mate Hignett. We'll go with position delta. That's the changes. There's a few massive movers.
Really looks like those guys with the 16s to me.
Yeah.
They inch themselves all the way through the carnage.
Well, there's still cars going around the back. That is significant damage, Lee.
Oh no.
Just return to the pits, big fella. You can't even turn. Oh, look at that steering lock. Another one, Jacob. Oh, McDonald's.
Come on.
No. Holy smoke. That must have been a massive crash. I've seen a tiny bit of it, but I think what we're about to witness is going to go in down in... Oh, no!
Oh no.
No, hit
Oh,
it.
bang, bang, bang! Oh, shit. This has quickly turned into last man standing. That's Hignett. That's my man. Oh, he's been straightened up, though. Holy smokes, what have we got ourselves into?
We're just laughing our asses off by what happened.
135's around. Brian Ross Rasco. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
and
oh no.
33's finally decided to teleport to the pits.
This oh my no. Oh. What did I call? Did I call that crash? I probably did.
You did, man. You did.
I'm sorry. Well, I'll watch it back in a second. We'll just make sure that there's no more cars left. Oh no! Alita is... No, it's not Alita, it's Pink Boss.
It's
It's
statue.
It was P2. He was in front of Nichols. Just briefly. This race has really been turned on its head about 300 times. There's still yellow flags at the back end of this circuit. Not a good sign of things to come. Alright, you guys take over a sec. I'm going to go quickly check this replay.
Yeah, we're still just laughing here though, but yeah, I mean, what happened was really Mullock just jinxed everything that happened
Oh
in that
my
one.
god!
But yeah,
Absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully that's not an omen for what's going to happen this weekend, because there'll be some very, very sad entries come Sunday if that's what happens. Oh, that's a wall tap for missing.
All I'm going to
always
say,
the wall tap here.
all I'll say here is go grab some popcorn, strap yourself to your seat. What you're about to witness is not pretty.
Not safe for work.
I'll let it speak for itself.
Oh dear. Oh no. Oh.
Oh no!
Oh! Surely by now there's yellows. Oh! No. And Kit. So, how does it start? Is it someone gets on the grass or something here? Oh no! That's sadness.
It's more hilarious in this angle though.
Fairly sure it gets worse.
How can it get worse? Oh! What is going on?
There's three guys at the back still, like, Jesus.
That's hilarious, man.
Oh.
Well, Lamborghini Trofeo is off a few people's bucket lists and to-do lists ever again. Alright, let's go through the field that's left. We started with 33 drivers. We have now got 31, but 20 of those drivers are no longer with us. As Eric Scarney as a spin. That's what you get for using that livery. Much love to you, sir. My prediction, P5 equals P1. Where did Denka choose down to P8? Let's really spread the field out and really early. Are we going to see a bigger crash than that to the rest of this weekend? I really bloody hope not.
I mean, if it's gonna rain, then I would hope not. But
I
yeah,
don't even think we're going to see it in the wet. Oh, that's a big hit. Emperor has smashed the front of that car. He's in trouble. It's James Kefford.
yep, no steering input whatsoever, based from the cockpit view. So
I think the Mountains defeated a few drivers today. Let's look at position changes. There'll be a few good ones. Oh, Bryce Meddings has done a stellar job here. Up 17. Ooh, Jaco Boat's up 20. Flying along. There's going to be a few good photos to take from that, Mr. Riley.
Absolutely.
How's your weekend going, and show that photo? We've got 20 minutes left. We haven't even seen 10 minutes of this race yet. I think it's going to be a long 12 hours for me if it rains, says Spencer Wilden. Especially if you do a 12-hour stint. Look, just pray to the sim racing gods that when you're in the car, it's not raining. I know a couple of teams do have a driver they prefer being in the wet. So obviously those stint timers you've changed if you put the flexibility there. Definitely roll with it. Jacob, I'm not sure what you're doing, but very interesting.
High warming strategy?
Probably.
Or is he turned the stream on so that now he can see himself on stream and he's reacting? Oh no! That's Salterod, who's had some sadness at Reed Park.
I think it's just because of their lifting that they're always hitting the wall.
Yeah, they're probably, if they've been racing this weekend, they've probably been practicing in the GT3 cars. Still got a little bit more downforce there. Oh wow, I thought he was on the wall. That was bizarre.
If I remember correctly, Boats is from South Africa and racing from South Africa, is that correct?
I think he's South African, but he lives in Victoria.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want his
I
address?
think he also a friend of Johan.
404 Legend Drive, his old mate Jaco. He's actually got my old router. He's a good man. Hope it's serving you well, Jaco. Oh, he just keeps it on track. Missing at the front. Putting pressure on. I'm going to have to go for Missing now based on that team name alone.
Very provocative.
Love it. In case you're unaware of what that actually means, it's Farmers Union Iced Coffee, yeah. That's what that stands for.
I'm going to change my team name to Never Gonna Change My Love For You. Or I went to Thailand and got this tattoo.
I like that. Good work, Moritz. Oh, bang! Nichols has just hit the wall just before Skyline. That Brock wall. Let's be honest, if you're a panel beater in Bathurst, you're going to have a bit of work for a long time.
Reading an article, apparently there's a panel beater in Bathurst who's carbon fibre qualified. Can work with carbon fibre.
Oh, wow.
That's a smart man. That's a very smart man.
My word, he's got the right idea. Yeah, honestly, I think Nichols is carrying a little bit of damage. He's stuck in behind. He's made him try to go deep. Nichols very good under brakes there. Missing, no!
No! He's just trying to get the exit.
He needs some
Yeah.
milk.
He needs some
sad.
milk, yeah.
Anyone in the market for a very second-hand Lamborghini? I reckon the market's about to get flooded, so you don't think you're going to get much for it. Oh, I've got a few bucks in my pocket. I'm sure the commentator's going to chip in.
We'll get it repaired, and then we'll run up a. I'll work some magic and try and see if I can come up with a livery for it. I will plaster it on the side.
Oh, that's funny. Where's the closest battle we've got at the moment? Jaco Boats. A three-way here. And Boats Salterod. See if they can bunch it up a little bit more. thoughts on this yellow livery? Oh, that is got a bit of damage. Just look at his bonnet. He's going to be sitting duck here.
They've all got damage.
Yeah, true, I know. If there is a clean car out there, oh, get off that grass. You're not going to brake.
Oh!
Oops, I don't. Yeah, there's
That's
no
a good
way.
save by the
There's
king
no way
there.
there's a car out there with that damage. Only way there's no damage on the car is it's gone back to the pits to repair it. How much does a Lamborghini GT4 go for? I'm not sure how much. Well, the Hurricane is what, about 300,000-ish?
Yeah, something like that.
So to get it up to race spec, I'm not quite sure how much it would cost. Oh, that! Oh my goodness! That was close there.
The wall at McPhillamy will see some action this weekend, without a doubt. There will be pain. I'm not sure if you saw the iRacing clip from the iRacing Bathurst 12-hour,
Yeah,
but
no. I actually.
there's a moment when a car has been turned at that wall. It's flying sideways on the track, and it's like the seas have parted, and the car they're on board with just all of a sudden there's I think it's a Lambo right just sitting smack bang in front of him.
It
And
happens
just
so
bang.
quickly as well.
Yeah.
Our past events here, we haven't seen anything too untoward. One of the sprint rounds we have done after the Dipper car went around and it got blocked, so I had to call a safety car for that. But yeah, it's one of those circuits which is unrelenting. There's a few drivers fighting it now. We've got a GT4 race coming up next, so maybe some of those drivers are in this race. I've jumped out of the server to go get some practice for the GT4 race, which the server should be up now. If you want to jump in. So it's looking good here. Just the damage they're both carrying at top end speeds. We're up there.
Is the BMW like the fastest car, like the fastest GT4 in terms of like top speed?
The fastest GT4,
In terms of top speed.
not the LP.
Oh, okay.
I'm not quite sure actually. That's a great question.
From what I know, the strongest GT4 at any track is the Cayman.
Yep.
But I think top speed wise, yeah, it'd be between the BMW, the Maserati, and the Camaro, I would think. In terms of top speed.
Yeah,
I don't know, we'll have to have a look.
beastie.
There's some comparison in qualifying a little bit later on.
Yeah, let's see later, but I've seen like the BMW and the GT4 race in Monza, and they're always, getting ahead of like all the cars in the straight, so maybe, let's see.
Oh, that's pain. Oh dear.
What a drag race. I think Lambo win this. Right, if you're waiting for the GT4 server, it is live. You jump in there. That'll follow this race tonight. A few of the drivers from this one will go straight over to the GT4s. And in an hour and 15, we're going to have our first team challenge race, which will... I think tonight's 42 teams have been able to get in there. So 8-minute qualifying session with 42 teams. I reckon qualifying is going to be just as spicy as the race.
What happens in a team challenge, Bruce?
What happens? There's two races of 25 minutes, two qualifying of 8 minutes. There's points per class result. So if you finish 20th, but you P1 in class, you'll still get the same amount of points as pro class. So it's pretty much class versus class, sharing the track. The winning team overall will get a zinger box and an iced coffee each. I'm going to lock it in.
That's nice.
Unless you live overseas. Oh no, I could do that still. I don't know how to do it, but we'll work it out. Boxy's off. Yep. That is
Oh dear. At least, I suppose there at least he's on the other side of the track.
Yeah.
compared to the standard racing line.
He's up a lot of positions. Yeah, pace difference. Up 24.
24 positions.
Oh no! Oh, Buxy's just getting wiggly. This guy's having a solder. He's up 8. He's nailed it through there.
I like the name though, this guy.
Just trying to remember who that is. JC update, sitting in 20th at the moment. Oh, there's a few that really haven't got their money's worth. They're bang for their buck. Nichols P1. Ty's right back up against him again. No, I was missing, sorry. So yeah, I reckon that Lockie's got a fair bit of damage. Well, 10 minutes to go. Can he hang on? Did one of you guys say Stephen?
Right,
Did we?
at the moment.
Or none of us said that?
No, I didn't. Oh, I called Nichols.
I called Dunkachu.
And I called Hignet, which I cursed off the track as he's gone inside there. Going all the way. The whole way through here, side by side. Do it. You won't. Oh, I didn't. Good decision, I think. Now, if there's any time to call a safety car in a normal race, that would have happened there at lap 1. Should have actually counted how many cars were involved in that.
A lot.
I think it's around 15 cars. Beats it.
The entire grid.
We have to know who the only car that has no damage. I think that's the fact that we have to know right now.
It wouldn't happen. I don't think there's anyone without damage. I'm going to show replay again. On board another driver, so I swear they would have got yellow flags in their HUD. On board here with Hayden. This is how quickly it happens. So, obviously through the cutting.
Well, they're pad hands. Look at the pad hands.
Yeah.
Go you.
You're right.
So at the moment, you're just thinking about those two cars ahead of you. You're not really predicting everything to be stopped on track. You can't see, there we go, yellow flag. And yeah, you're on the brakes, but you're down a dip. So there's not much chance you got to pile in. Holy smokes. Oh, straight to pits.
Oh dear.
This is Raj. Oh, Alan. Sorry, Alan McIver. So they're in a battle here. They're still a three-way battle. Still blind, still blind. You can just see it. And that's it. That's all she wrote.
Happened too fast to react though. Yeah.
Oh.
So bad. That's a big one. Alrighty, back to the race. Nichols, Ty, still going at it. Just getting race gaps. Missing has set the fastest lap and is right on the back of Liam Hamilton. Need a competition caution, really. Based on what we're seeing. He's just being walked past here. You can see the front damage there on his Lambo. Not having fun. But you've got to be in it to win it. And still, it's easy to make a mistake on your own. So, he hangs in there. Still a chance to win. Where does Stephen Ty start? 4th? 5th.
I think it's 6th or 5th.
6th. Does it tell us? There you go, 5th.
Oh, no.
Jaco's up 25.
Yeah.
Starting grabbing the driver of the day name on that trophy. Good old 7.7 second gap between these two pairings. One's fighting for first, one's fighting for third.
Is that right? P11 is 447 seconds behind P10.
I don't know why. It does something weird when it comes to pit stops.
Oh, because of the pits, yeah.
Well, they might not have been in. So let's look at stops. How many people have actually been in the pits? Scarney's been in there twice. Clean. Actually, I was expecting more. Thomas Riley, you're in the pits. Did you race?
No, just joined. I couldn't work out what the spectator password was, so I've just joined to get the photos afterwards.
That's all right.
Okay.
You got no damage. What's going on?
I don't know.
You might have to send it out there.
Oh, you don't want me to send it out there. It'll be pad hands.
Better than keyboard hands. Nice battle here, Jake Graham and Mike Reel. Mike was the car that kind of kicked things off, I would say. Oh, this is not going to end well. I've done that nicely though. Very deep on the brakes is Jake. And too deep. Goes off. Mike can pick up that spot. That is a very speedy rejoin. I'm not sure he's managed to keep that together.
Yeah. I thought he was going to hit him.
Mitchell Beandish has actually picked a car colour that's actually half decent. And that's saying something because it isn't that crash hot.
Yeah.
P3, P4 just squeezing through here. So 3 minutes to go. If you're looking for another race, we've got GT4 open class race coming up. Straight after this one, same again. You'll find all those details on Discord. It doesn't matter if you haven't registered prior because it's not full. I doubt we're going to see a bigger crash than what we've already seen so far tonight. I think that was a good way to get it out of the system.
Yeah, you're right. But who do you think is your driver of the race then?
Driver of the race?
Yeah, for this race. Who?
It'd be hard to go past Jaco. Up from 31st, he's into 6th.
Wow, that's a lot of places.
Actually, what I want to do is watch his start because he was behind all that.
Yeah, it's a good replay to watch.
I just found him. He must have got lucky. Oh, there you go. There's a little bit of a drama at the back. 3 cars involved. That's why they were so far behind this huge incident. Get off the screen. Oh, maybe that little slip there has helped him lay off a little bit. Yeah, he's a bit further back. There's yellow flag. He hasn't pulled through there, has he? Oh, he's just absolutely setting the Lambo in. Oh, look at that. What? See you later.
Wow. Okay. He just went straight through.
Yep, I reckon he's going to pick up some more spots here. Yep. That's funny ass. No, it's not mandatory. No. What was that, sorry?
It appeared that Stephen Tice taking the lead. Was that covered or?
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah.
Just after the chase or just before the chase, and Nichols is just carrying a bit too much damage And he's just pulling away. See that? Oh no. Another one's gone. Bump, bump, bump. Yeah, see, I think that car. You just keep driving, you go to the exit road and you take it to Bathurst Street Workshop. Because you'll be joining a long queue, so I'd expect a couple of months wait and I'll get that one repaired. For P3, missing, still P3. Liam Hamilton, 1.5. Wow. Wow. How's he saved that?
How? That
was
two tires on the sand already. Yeah.
Sadness cam. Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
What's he doing though?
Is this an Austin Powers moment?
This is. Oh, his car won't turn right very well.
Oh, okay.
But then when he wants it to turn right, it does.
We shouldn't keep watching, to be honest, but we will. Will he get it in the pit box before the race finishes? Well done there, Stephen Ty, though. Picks up the win. Lockie Nichols P2. Misson is going to cross P3. Hamilton P4 with a miraculous save at Skyline this lap. And my prediction, Benjamin Hignett is going to finish 5th. Jacko Boats, though, is our driver of the day for this split, or this little race. Up 25 positions.
With damage,
With
especially.
damage.
Yeah.
Ross Meddings has been fantastic as well. He's up 19. If we go further down, yeah, the ones that have lost a lot of positions have already left the server. Can't really blame them, to be honest. Right, GT4 is about 2 minutes away, so we'll head down to that track in a sec, which is going to be the same track. We'll just clear all this junk off the road.
We're just going to fast forward some time. Are we going to rewind? Is this a Sunday? Is the server set to Sunday for this race? I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it
So
is.
we're gonna time travel backwards, some 14 hours and 35 minutes.
So we've only got 11 in the GT4 race at the moment because I believe most of these drivers are going to jump back over to the GT4. Well, I hope they do. So congratulations, we have Stephen Ty picking up the first win here at the Bathurst 12-hour weekend with Lachlan Nichols and Sam Misson on the podium. So let's head over to the GT4. Got on board with Glenn Germain first off, who's every grid needs more pink. I'm pretty sure that's what I quoted not that long ago. Very funny man. Yeah, I am confident in saying that we will not see as much garbage as we just saw in that last one again. And on that note, I want to thank Thomas and Nathan for their great work in the commentary box for that race.
Or is it all for Mull? Thank you for having me once again. Thanks for your company, Nathan. I will catch you tomorrow evening, most likely.
Sounds good to me, mate. I will talk to you then.
Absolutely. Catch up.
See you. Thank you, everyone.
And welcome in the commentary box now is JC and Sean. How are we, gents?
Oh boy, wowee, what about that? That was incredibly exciting. That car is a dead set handful. Goodness me, I'm glad I'm not doing 12 hours of that shit.
Did you see the incident? Were you involved in the incident?
I was smack bang in the middle of that. I was, right in amongst it. So, a couple of people obeying yellow flags. Yours truly may or may not have been one of those. And it all kicked off. I haven't seen a replay of it, but goodness me, it was, it was chaos, wasn't it?
Yeah, half the field, mate, and it lasted for half a lap, those yellow flags. Quite amusing.
Reminded me of one of those American, those car video shows they have where they show like pile-ups.
Definitely.
That's sort of, you just see some American, oh my God, look what happened on the interstate.
It just kept going, those flags. I'm just going to flick a few things around. So, wait me a second.
How'd you do, Sean? Where'd you finish up?
I didn't race.
Ah, right. What have you been doing? Just watching it go around then?
Yeah, pretty much. Borderline tears and laughter. So yeah, it was good.
Who won the bloody thing? I still don't know. I haven't looked at it at all. I just jumped straight out of it, straight in here. So give us a rundown if you've got one.
Stephen Ty got the win.
Stephen Ty! Yes, we like that. Very good gentleman is he. Yeah, I think I was battling P3 and P4, but I was like 2 laps down. But I had their pace, so I was just like, well, I'll hang around with these guys. And then we caught up to a couple of people that I was racing, and then that all got hairy. There was 5 or 6 of us, and half of us didn't know who was blue flagged and what was going on. So David McNulty's in this one. Looking forward to that. Craig Dale's in here. Glenn Germain. Some big names going on here. Babby's coming for round 2. Liam Hamilton also racing again. Benjamin Hignett also racing again. Mike Reel, Barbecue Bun, also having another crack. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, has anyone strapped on the brass ones and taken the Maserati out yet?
I am taking the Maserati in the wet tomorrow.
Oh,
And you have one goal only.
Talk to me about brass ones. Yeah, I've heard that it's a handful, so I thought, bugger it. When in Rome. So that's what I'll be up to. Is this GT4 night race?
Yeah, mate, this is Midnight Bash. This is just...
Oh, is that what we're doing? Yeah, of course. All right, let's go. So, did I hear you say you're expecting much less carnage?
Well, honestly, there's not enough. There's not as many cars. I don't know. I just couldn't predict. I couldn't see another 15 cars being involved in the same incident, but who knows? They might start at the front.
Would you like to have some milk on that?
Yeah, why not?
Because I would.
You reckon there's going to be a bigger one?
Absolutely. I reckon from P3 down.
Oh, no.
P3 down. So it'll be a battle between P3 P4 coming up here into the cutting. That's where it'll kick off. And you'll see them all go around. And because it's night time, there's no indication whatsoever other than yellow flags. And that's not going to stop them. It'll be just as messy, I would suggest.
Well, Diabols brings up a great point in the chat when half the cars lose their headlights after lap 1.
Yeah, great point.
Well, I hope so.
How many tried to keep going after that? Was there anyone who tried to keep going, or anyone who sort of limped around for a lap or two before giving it up and actually going into the pits?
Oh, well, there's a few that had, like, 90-degree damage on their steering, so... But they were going down Conrod trying to keep it off the fence. But most of them did return to pits or left the servo pretty quickly after that. Yeah, it was one of those incidents where it was just over the dip. So, if you don't take the last second and you're going down that dip, there's not much you can do to pull up quickly. And the yellow flag was kind of just after the dip as well. So if you were pretty close to the action, you were going to pile in there. A few drivers there turning their flags, their lights off. All fixed on that end. So, Midnight Bash is coming up now. This is the GT4 race. We've got another one tomorrow night with a Wet and Wild, which will be a flooded track. Oh.
That's not at night though, right?
Horrible. No, it's middle of the day.
Oh, thank Christ.
So
right,
everyone can see how much you're struggling. Also tomorrow night we've got the Sprint Cup. Jump in that one. Raj is saying he got 15 seconds of damage and the car was mostly alright and kept going. Well, if you get a chance to watch it back, you'll see Jacko Boats went from 31st to 6th that race, and I reckon he gained 15 spots in 2 corners.
Wow, that's a great effort.
Well, if you see how he got through, yeah, kiss on the dick a little bit. I think he got pretty lucky.
Half of racing is luck. I'll pay that.
He owes someone a a Christmas card, that's for sure. But a good mix of cars out there tonight. I'll try and see if we do have an Alpine. Do we have an Alpine? And we don't have an Alpine.
Bryce Meddings, well done, good sir. In the Maserati, hats off.
He had a good race too, just the one gone. He gained 19 spots. Damiano, or Damien, however he wants to be known as, he had an excursion. He's got the old Mercedes light on the roof.
The antenna, yep.
Look at that. ET phone home.
That was a well-kept secret up until, what was it, last week, and now there's a couple of people rocking it now. I love it.
I've got to listen to this car. It is
Sounds
screams
naughty.
at you. It does. It sounds very naughty. Well, it behaves naughtily as well.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Lucky it's only free practice. Plenty of time to sort that out. Goodness me, that doesn't bode well for me tomorrow night in the wet. What have I done?
What are you going to drive in the wet tomorrow?
That's what I said. I'm driving the Maserati.
Oh, you
I'm
are
taking I am. I'm taking the Maserati.
Wow.
So should be TC11.
What TC?
What? No, really?
Wait. You picked the Maserati not knowing it doesn't have traction control.
I picked the Maserati because someone said it was like, because everyone's been talking about it as the safety car and how it's like stepping out and stuff, and I'm like, I can handle that. We'll be fine. Just turn the TC up. You're telling me there's no TC.
There's no ABS, mate.
I probably should have realised that.
And you've just picked a flooded track to do it on. You can't
That's
change now.
Balls to the wall, bronze nuts. Let's go.
Yeah.
Just qualify behind Bender, and that's all you need to worry about. You don't need brakes. You don't need
Bender.
traction control.
He will be my brake marker.
Just wanted to touch on what we're talking about with Bender. We played a game together 2 nights ago, maybe, or last night, called Circuit Superstars. If you don't know what that is, it's like Micro Machines. Heaps of fun. Bender's been playing it for quite a few months. Quite good. I've played a tiny bit, and Jamie hasn't played it before. Any chance that Bender could get to absolutely dive bomb a corner and smash us off track, he did. And I think there's going to be a little bit of revenge action going on tomorrow night in the GT4 race.
You're watching Bender. Hide your family and your dogs and everything, because I'm coming for you, mate.
Oh dear. Also, Deckers, if you're out there, thank you for putting me into the fence last night and murdering 3 families.
Yeah, Decker's had pace, didn't he? But he was all over the shop sometimes. Nah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun, that game, to be honest. I'd never heard of Micro Machines or anything like that. But yeah, a little top-down racer and almost like playing Mario Kart on the SNES. Just sort of that sort of feel to it. And yeah, once you get the hang of it, very fun.
Yeah, you got the hang of it quick. You just get coming up against Mr. McNulty.
Dive bomb Benderino.
We might do some fun stuff on that again. I might go after this tonight. Either way, at the moment, laps are coming in, but it's only practice. We've got 1 more minute till we're going to skip over to qualifying. Got to stick to this tight schedule. The field has grown to nearly 30 GT4s, so those that are just racing the last race are just jumping over. I see some fresh faces too. I really want to see a good... No one's got to go to the KTM?
This car down on the grass here has got no brakes. Nah, never mind. I think it pulled it up. Sorry. I know it's only practice, but I was looking forward to seeing some death there, but it never occurred.
Mate, you've got a full race to worry about that. You'll get plenty of...
Hey, Diabol's is saying he's going to jump in tomorrow to the wet race with myself and Bender. What time's that one? Diabol's in chat. He's going to jump in with Bender and myself.
Tomorrow it'll be 1 hour earlier than now. I think that'll be 7 o'clock. Team challenges at 8. Qualifying for the Bathurst 12 hour goes live at 9.
So that's 7 o'clock for you and me, Diabols. That's 5 o'clock in Decker's time. So yeah, jump in.
9 o'clock in New Zealand time. Early morning everywhere else.
Yeah, mate.
The Maserati. Oh, you guys are crazy.
Do it. Maseratis at 7 in the wet at Bathurst. Join me.
He loves his bright colours, his old Mitchell. That is disgusting.
Wow.
Imagine that pulling up outside your house. You wouldn't know what to do.
That's not even. Sometimes when they're really bad livery, they're a good livery in a way, but that's just bad on all fronts.
Yeah, there's no spray painter that you pull up to and say, can you do this? We'll say, yeah, no worries. That sounds like a ripping idea.
Yeah, they might do it, but they wouldn't put their names to it.
I'll just charge.
They wouldn't be handing you any business cards or stickers. They'll just be happy to see the back of you.
It wasn't me. Alrighty, qualifying is underway. Just before we kick off, here's a little intro video for the GT4s. Mr. Riley, thank you very much, sir.
Another piece of work from Tom Riley. He's a wizard when it comes to media. Very handy in that space. Does a lot of the Alpha Venturi, I don't know, the little livery reveal videos that they put up and their logos and whatnot. So, yeah, very handy with that sort of stuff. Our man, Tom Riley. Also very good in the commentary box, of course. Love his work on a Sunday night in the F1s. Pleasure to work with him.
Speaking of good work, we've decided that the winning team from the team challenge is going to win a Zinger box and an iced coffee per person in their team. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a great shout. No, I will shout the Zinger box. You bring the iced coffee. That's a great call. Love that.
Done.
And well deserved too. Looking forward to this team challenge. It's all fun and games here in the support races, but these team challenges will be hotly contested. Very much looking forward to those in what it would be a half an hour from now, something like that.
Very exciting. Zinger box and iced coffee. We're talking. That's some serious clout right there.
Mate, it's got all the food groups.
It does. It does. I can't believe now I'm starving. I know what I'm eating later.
But with your Zinger box, the most important question is, do you go for the wicked wings or do you go for the drumstick?
If you're asking me, this is a good question, right? Because up until recently, the wicked wings were terrible. They were garbage. They were really bad. There was no chicken on them. They were just crummy bones. And I really didn't like them at all. So I would have gone with, the original recipe if possible. But I had some the other day, and they've changed them up. They've got way more chicken on them now. They're actually really good. So with that Zinger coating, there you go. That's my take on it. They've changed them recently, so I'm in for the wings now.
100% agree. The wings have definitely improved. They got bigger, more chicken, more flavour. I'm all over it. But of course, it's not a proper Zinger box without potato and gravy. So.
Oh, definitely not. Tyre Boz, yes, there is a car out there with a glowing antenna. We'll find
only the Mercedes is why they don't all have that. So, yeah, only the Mercedes. We thought it was only the GT3, but these are GT4s. So that is a GT3 and 4 edition. But, yeah, only for the Mercedes, as far as everyone can tell. And we only found it a couple of weeks ago. I think it was at Monza the first time it made its appearance. And we were all, oh, what's this? What's this? What is going on there? So, yeah, only recently discovered the old glowing antenna. Tell you what, these auxiliary lights look really nice too. I love night racing in ACC. Such a good looking game. Just on board with Chris Withers here for Odyssey Racing Red. Coming down Conrod. Is he on a valid lap? Not sure. Oh, David McNulty, hang on. Yellow flag, straight. Oh, he's in Skyline. Bender's bended in Skyline.
I'm just rejoined. That's what I like to hear.
Straight back to the pits for David McNulty in his Chevrolet.
Chevrolet. Was it a big bin?
No, we didn't see it. We just saw the yellow flag and we saw it in Skyline and we saw a bunch of cars around him too, so I hope they got away with it. Yeah, only saw him yellowed in Skyline and then pop into the pits. We didn't actually see it. There's a couple of yellows popping up now, so everyone pushing. Call it a support race at your peril. There'll be plenty of fast boys out there trying to do the best times. It is Chris Withers currently with the fastest, on board with that man. No, I'm not sure what you're talking about. There's other times
There's
out there.
no, there's second time now. Only been 2. Big chance for a podium. If that's the case, everyone's invalidated or join late. But here they come. Degachu, Swaggins. Mike. Mike won't have a worse race than he did last one because I think Mike kicked it off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just
I was actually going to go back through the
lost the
replay and try and
car.
work out who that was. Yeah, we might have a few words with Mike.
They were like side by side and a bit of a touch, and then he hit the wall, lost the rears, came back across the track, and the rest is history, so they say.
It's a good indication of the behaviour required on Sunday, because you don't win it on lap 1, 2x2, cold tyres, full fuel. It's not going to end well.
Exactly.
So hopefully,
turn 1.
hopefully we get all this out tonight and tomorrow in these fun support races when everyone's happy to kick back and have a beer tonight and celebrate it. But Sunday, when the real stuff comes, I'm sure you'll find everyone will be a little bit more cautious.
That looks so stupid, that antenna. It actually looks like a dodgem car.
One
I
make,
like it.
one make Merc race with the lights turned off, just all these little antennas.
That's a good
A Mercedes spec race, only Mercedes, and you're not allowed to have your lights on, only these bright antennas. That's not bad, I like that. Just imagine it now. They're all just chasing the antennas around. You surely wouldn't do it on Bathurst because that's just asking for trouble. But you could probably do it on, like, I don't know, maybe. Oh, you know what'd be good? Paul Ricard, but like with no track limits. So we've all done that before, right? Paul Ricard, no track limits, and only antennas.
Bathurst is good though because it's so dark on the track. That'd be hilarious. What other Mercedes do we have out there? So far, Swaggins, Withers, Mike, Real, and Steenkamp. Run 2D4. Where is our race one winner? Don't think he's joined the GT4s for this one.
Might be doing the challenge, Stephen Ty. They're a 3-man team, and they had a late in, so I'd say it's Stephen Ty and Fluke doing the Cheen challenges. He might be doing number 1 tonight. That would be my guess.
Roland qualifying for the 12-hour is tomorrow night, so it's Saturday night, so looking forward to that. Strap in, I'll be strapping in the McLaren.
You're qualifying, are you?
I am.
Nice. Very, very impressive performance from your team in classification, just quietly.
Yep, we're not going to lie, we had a little bit of poo come out when we saw where we were, but embrace the challenge.
Yeah, placed up there, that's a win already. Before you even get to Sunday, to know that that's where you're classified, I would suggest is already a win. So hats off to you, and as I said, your team as well. That's a very impressive performance. Bang it into the pro class. Very good. You're all, don't get me, correct me if I'm wrong, you're all rookies, is that correct?
That is correct.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And on Bathurst, no less. That's a great effort. Congratulations for that one.
Thank you, good sir. Let's look at these times at the moment though. Look at Swaggins, he's a good 0.7 ahead of everyone else. He's clearly got his head around the old GT4.
What we might do is go this.
Of course, look at that. The 2 Porsches up there as well. Classy gentlemen.
3 out of the 6 Porsches on the track. Ooh, the top 6. Oh, sorry, 3 out of 3 Porsches in the top 6.
What is
Ominous.
the meta in the GT4s? Is there
don't
one
know.
that stands out?
I don't really know.
Oh, depend
It's not
for
the
all
upper.
round. Yeah, for all round, the Porsche definitely. It's just a
Cayman's
nice car
pretty good,
everywhere. Yeah. But in terms of put a smile on your face, enjoyment, the Camaro, 100%.
And the Maserati not getting a mention there?
Well,
So his fault.
I guess it depends on how you like your death served up. I mean,
Right. Yeah. No, that's ominous.
Jamie likes his wet and wild.
I
Dash
do.
Bender.
Yeah.
Jared on chat, it should be all under the special events Discord category. All the server details, the team spec details, JC's bank details. It's all there. Just have a squeeze, you'll find it. Like, you're scared of eyeballs too.
yeah.
Look, Mum, a pretend Holden. Sad reacts only.
No, there'll be one goal for us, Diaboles. It is survival.
Whack.
Get through lap
Yeah,
1.
that's not the line through there for Babby.
Who hasn't set a lap? Quite a lot of drivers. Just Malloy, Omar, Sanderson, Gowers. Hamilton set a 5-minute 39. I don't think that's going to crack any world records. Charlie Mitchell's just gone to the pits. Cadillo. Is he out of fuel? Please don't be out of fuel.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Hope that wasn't a banger lap. No, he's strategically, he's right behind David McNulty. That's where he is. So he's taken my little bag of money and he's running with it. He's plonked himself right behind Bender.
So, David McNulty, he goes on about how much that we should have more wet races. He talks about the rain all the time. Now, he should be winning by a couple of laps tomorrow night, shouldn't he? That is a glorious picture, by the way. That looks amazing. Or is that just me?
No, I agree. Yep, I agree.
100%.
That there is beautiful.
It is nice when they're all lined up like that. And then you take them on a full formation lap and they go all over the joint.
Oh, just even just the liquid molly. Is that how you say it? Liquid molly?
Molly Bridge and with Maguire's there as well. Famous part of the track.
I've got quite a lot of Maguire's stuff.
Of course, you got the hotel on the right-hand side as well. The Ridges.
Oh, that is. There you go. You can see it very clearly, do you not?
Cool.
Nothing going on in there. Let's just have a look at the mountain at night here. Yeah, I love the lighting in this game. It's fantastic. Womble says they're currently moving at my race pace. It's my favourite, yeah.
Little shout out to Womble, good friend of mine. He's a very funny man.
I can tell. You missed out on the first race, Womble. You would have had a good old laugh.
It's a good question from Diaboles. We don't usually use the racing line, but have you allowed that for the support races in case there's anyone jumping in who's never used it?
Certainly have. I'm pretty sure you can really use the racing line anytime you want. We just try and encourage you not to use it if you're wanting to learn, because it is garbage.com/a waste of time.
Teaches a lot of bad habits.
Yeah.
It's going to be bloody handy for me after lap 1 tomorrow when I've smashed my headlights and I have no idea where I'm going. So, not a bad shout from you, Diaboles. We might use that.
Headlights. The wet race.
Oh, and the wet. Yeah, no. I keep forgetting it's not night time.
No.
Good call.
These are the people that'll be struggling. Yeah, the racing line in F1's actually pretty good, because F1's such a quick reactions, and you don't really want to. You bin someone, you cost them the whole race in the DNF. So racing line on that game's a lot different approach. I use it more as a guide to try and just make sure that I've got a couple of ideas of where to brake if I'm near cars. But you should always find brake reference points at any track, and more than one, and never use a shadow or a board that brakes. Some people use other cars as brake points. See a bit of flashing going on here. Bit of gamesmanship, and that car is not going to start well. I reckon they've decided they're at the back.
No, just slow off the line. I'll get their spot back.
Love the Ginetta. Big fan of the Ginetta. Right, JC, over to you, sir.
Looking forward to this one. Turn 1, nice and clean. You watch them, no worries. Turn 2, yeah, a little bit of 2x2s and maybe some 3x3s, no worries. Wait till we get to the mountain, it's all going to kick off. But here we go, down to the first corner. Swaggins will lead Steenkamp through nice and cleanly. Rodder will tuck in behind them. And everyone gets through there very cleanly. It's all right, we'll go up Mountain Straight here. Couple out the back there, couple of touches, couple of little events showing up for us, but a couple of 3B wides, that's all right, play on. All good, here we come, turn 2. Should be pretty clean through here too, I would suggest. But it's going to be in the cutting. And it's going to be P3 down to P4 and all the way back, so let's keep an eye on them. It'll be Nick Rodder, Ben Hignett, Mike Reel. It's all going to kick off up into the cutting. Here they come. Oh, there's a bit of wall contact there. I tell you what, it's 3 and 4 battling. They've managed to stay out, so I've nearly got them, but that's all right. They've played on. Well played. Actually, Nick Rodder's gone up to P2, so it was Steenkamp and Hignett. And on board with Hignett now as he chases Steenkamp up the mountain for the first time. These GT4s, they just don't have the turn in that the GT3s do, so there's a lot of drivers here who may never have driven them before, or at least have very little experience in them, just getting a handle for them. Whoa! Oh, there's the first death of the night. Ben Hignett will...
Ow!
Ow!
Oh,
Ow!
no. Oh, he's lucky he's spun around that way. This is going to kick off. This is going to kick off.
Everyone's managed to slide for yellows. That's actually pretty well driven by everyone there. Craig Dale and Michael Babb, Michael Pickford all obeying the yellow flags and doing pretty well. But yeah, Ben Hignett with a 10 out of 10 pirouette down the mountain. You don't do that without trying. Goodness me, that could have been much worse. Well done to all drivers who look to have made it through turn 1 pretty cleanly. There's a bit of a gap that's formed between most of the pack and the second half of the pack as they've come through the elbow, but all in all, a very nice lap 1. So down Cottonrod for the first time. And down towards Chase, which is a pretty heavy braking zone. Again, not many of these drivers would be ready for the GT4 brake system, not quite being as good as the GT3s, and that is a prime example of that. Both of them keep it going straight and narrow, so not too shabby, but here come the rejoins. It is J-Dogs and Perkins who have been involved. There's actually a couple of spin-ins off now. It's all kicking off. A couple of yellows, a couple of events. See 88 out the dirt there too. 88, 48. So yeah, a couple of come a cropper, but lap 1, Swaggins has led them away pretty bloody well in the 420 entry. And Steenkamp 2.5 seconds behind already. So that's a nice little gap that Swaggins has built for himself. On board with Mike Reel here as he chases Nick Rodder. Craig Dale right up behind Babby in the McLaren. A little bit boring, the dash on this McLaren, just quietly. Looks like looks very video gamey as opposed to a lot of the other ones.
It's not as bad as the Jaguar.
Bit of Jaguar slander. I'm not sure I can accept that. Oh, that's on it, and that's the wall. Not too shabby. Play on, Mike. In his second race of the night. As you said, obviously part of the drama in the first race. We'll be looking to keep it clean in this one.
The thing with this track, once you're out of that groove, across the top, and she's good. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, you're spot on. There's definitely an ebb and flow to it. There's a line, and even the gearing. If you can get into that sort of rhythm of where the gears are and where the line is, you can almost fall asleep up there and get it done. But if you, as you said, if you lose that line, you can be in all sorts of trouble really quickly.
Because last time I checked, concrete versus race car, concrete wins probably 10 times out of 10.
I reckon it wins 20 times out of 10. You pay for it twice. You're going to be sore and the car's going to be ruined. But those first 2 laps, though, 400% better than what we saw in the Lamborghini Sprint race, which was an absolute cluster. Had about 15 cars involved before halfway through turn 1. Lap 1. That's a sin. That is.
Oh my goodness! You had to say it. You had to say it. The milk was on its way, and you've sort of just said, "Hang on, I don't want that milk."
That's nowhere near as bad as.
No, it wasn't, was it?
But still, it has ruined a few cars. Ross Meddings, the sole Maseratian. Is that the way you say it? That's what we're going to go with anyway. Oh well, it happens as we come down straight again for lap 3. There's a lot of flags kicking off. That could be out of the pits though. Richard Beandish. Sounds like a
Camaro Big Mac here.
Probably the best view of this car we'll get all night, I reckon.
What's that inside?
The best view of Ben Dyke's Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, because he wanted to let me go.
He's up to 10th. Look at him go. I'm sure we'll hear about that.
Let's go. Position deltas. Liam Hamilton up 10. Malloy up 11. Quite sad we didn't see the KTM Expo. Street car that is. Slash motorbike.
I was going to say, isn't that a motorbike company? What do they make? They've chucked a motorbike in a GT4, is that what you're saying? A bit of a engine swap scenario?
No, it's actually an Audi engine.
Right, so, right. Why is this, you just don't like it because it's a stupid car? Or
Oh, you got to look at it next time. Really take a good long look at it. Apparently it's really uncomfortable to sit in as well. Squished.
Oh, get stuff. Cop that, KTM. Learn to make a car.
I'm sure they can make bikes.
Tell you what, this bender battle is kicking off. Bender between. Oh, that's a little love and late on the brakes from Ben Dyke. Didn't quite get that one right.
That's
So
a
that
pack.
battle-
That is a pack.
Oh, now look at this. Now we've got 2 and 3 wides all trying to capitalise on the Ben Dyke error. That looks like one diving into the pits there, so he won't join the battle down here into Hell Corner. But yeah, Bender up 4 spots. As you said, he's not slow by any means. No idea how he got into AM class last season. He absolutely destroyed that class. But in his rightful place in the Pro-Ams this season. And yeah, showing his pace here. Lovely little start for the man. Chris Withers, we saw, was very quick in qualifying. So maybe a little out of position for him. He'll be looking to get some moves done. Oh, Jacko goes right around and then somehow has teleported back and done all sorts of laggy type things there. So that'll be a couple of spots down for Jacko in the ice cream van.
What on earth happened there? Got a bit of desync. I thought he just punted another driver. It looks like it's just his car that's copped it.
Aiming things as well. Once the rear goes on that thing, very hard to catch it.
Definitely.
Actually, Porsche things. I should just say Porsche things.
Just Porsche things.
Yep.
Porsche things in general.
Yep.
It's very okay.
Oh no, here we go.
Oh,
There we go.
There we go. Just Porsche things. Just getting involved.
The yellow flag starting to creep up intermittently now as the drivers get a little bit more comfortable getting up in each other's business and racing each other a little harder. Still 21 minutes to go, so plenty of action left in this one, but as you said, nice quiet start as everyone felt their way around. and got those tyres warmed up. Obviously in the GT4 there's no tyre blankets, so you start on bone cold tyres. So everyone, yeah, in the first 2 laps, as you said, nice and easy does it. But now we're starting to see the action pick up. Craig Dale deep on the brakes down here, down the inside of Jacko, who's obviously carrying all that damage, and they get a little touch, and doesn't take much to get these cars around. He's got to try and keep that straight, and that rejoin's not too shabby. That's okay. Cars have done well there, acknowledged the yellow flags, and managed to avoid any further carnage. But yeah, starting to kick off. Couple more yellows, couple more events.
5-way battle here. This has got a bit of spiciness all over it. It's 3 absolutely shocking liveries and 1 very nice one. That orange, this is a McLaren. That orange McLaren looks beautiful. Big fan of that. Those 2 behind though, yeah, they're definitely livery short sorts.
Fireball's asking in chat if I'm a fan of someone calling caution dipper. I am, and I think we should probably do that a little bit more. Maybe at this track specifically, and there's probably maybe a few other tracks where it could be beneficial. We do it in F1. We try and keep, obviously, the voice chat to a minimum in A... Oh, there's a touch as well. Up into the cutting. All right, everyone keeps it straight, no problem. Yeah, we try and keep to a minimum in ACC, otherwise it could get very cluttered. There's obviously a lot more cars. The race director sometimes comes over and lets us know that there is a caution to be had in, for for example, the dipper, or down into Forest Elbow, whatnot. But yeah, Diabol's, I am a fan, especially if you're the one who's caused it. That's an ambitious move through McPhillamy. Although it is on Ben Dyke, who's still carrying all that damage around. Just pit, man. Goodness me, he's taken the Joker lap down there. He's struggling with that car, is Ben Dyke. But track position, I guess, is what he's aiming for. He doesn't want to pit, just wants to try and hold on to as much of it as he can.
So here, a lot of wheel work going into that Aston. That's the thing with these GT4s, they move around so much. Under braking, through fast corners, you can just really feel the suspension work. Not a lot of aero on these. They are very much a production-based race car. But very cool race car all in all though. Actually enjoy watching it over in Europe. The GT4 racing in Europe is fantastic.
Nice little pack here. That's what we like to see.
Closing up nicely.
Whoa, why do every time I talk, this happens? Look, they just parted the seas. What is going on? Academy Motorsport. We're back on track, so there we go. Another one off track. Degachu Swaggins has checked out.
He's gone. Yep.
Things
Clearly has a handle on that Janetta.
So those competing in that Team Challenge 1 server is live. You may now jump on there and get some practice in for the drivers that are competing in that tonight. The Zinger box is on the line. It's what everyone competes for.
It's the fabled Farmers Union, I think they're all aiming for. The Zinger box is just a tasty little treat to go with it. But yeah, the Farmers Union, I think, will be the coveted prize tonight in the Team Challenge. Yeah, really looking forward to that one.
What about HSP?
Ooh.
You a fan?
No, not for me.
Not for you.
Garlic and chili sauce, definitely.
I like all the things in a HSP. It's just all of it together. It's too heavy. It's too big. You can make a small little mini kid-size one. I'd probably go for that. But I just it's a death.
Sorry.
Round here goes. That's Craig Dale in the McLaren.
Oh, he's pulled the pin straight away.
The pits. Yeah, fair enough. Just get it done. Yeah, hope he comes back out and has a crack at finishing the race. But yeah, it's fair enough, especially in that spot on the mountain. Rather than killing everyone else, just get out of the way, send it back to the pits, repair the damage, and go again.
Mr. Wiggers here, chasing Charlie Mitchell on the Merc. Aston versus Merc. Now to Murray's.
Is it Murray's? I thought this is Hull Corner. God, which one's Hell Corner then? Is that the
The
first one?
first one.
Ah, right. I'm getting there. I have no track map up, so I had a crack at it. I butchered it. So
Righto,
this
then.
one down here, turn 1, that's Hell Corner.
Hell Corner, and we go up mountain straight up towards Griffiths Bend, of course named after the former mayor of Bathurst.
Griffiths Bend, so that's turn 2, the sort of third gear sweeping
Yep.
right-hander. Yep, I like that corner actually. I really like that one. Griffiths Bend, yep. And then I guess it's cutting the next one.
Cutting, and then the next part after that I like to call the tree, because that's where you turn it in, at the tree. And of course through the best part of the track you get your dancing shoes on through Reed, McPhillamy, Silman Park, and down the S's into the Dipper, and a little short shoot down the Forest Elbow, then down Conrod, the longest straight in Australian motorsport, into the fastest corner in Australian motorsport, the Kink at the Chase. Was built in 1986 for the 1987 World Touring Car Championship. And that's enough Bathurst facts for tonight, because I'm sure we're going to get plenty of Bathurst facts all over the weekend.
No, I like that. You talked me all the way through it. Aziz Omar, all the way up Mountain Straight, got the move done, but then didn't quite get Griffiths Bend correct and found himself in the wall. So lost that position he made on Chris Marshall. He'll keep chasing him. Will the King, Aziz Omar. A very generous and kind-hearted man is he. Liam Hamilton. Every time I see this friggin' name on an entry list, I'm like, this is someone pretending to be Lewis Hamilton. But no, that's his dead set name. He is L. Hamilton. What a claim to fame that is.
He is working that wheel on that Aston
He
every
is
time we
chopping
jump
him,
on
isn't he?
board. It's actually a tricky car to drive, the GT4 Aston. I haven't done a lot in the GT4s. I've driven the Porsche quite a bit, of course I have. I've driven the Aston, the Camaro, and also the McLaren. And I did one lap in the KTM and said no thank you. And the Ginetta, which is a great little handling car, but it's got absolutely no power whatsoever. And we're about to see that in real time here, because old Barbecue Buns is right behind Mr. Rodder. And watch this Porsche just go, thank you. Now, Mountain Straight might not be long enough, but there we go.
You can see the suck, yeah.
Gonna
Right up.
Around the outside, he's going to try and do a lounge. And he does it
Gets
easy.
it done, yeah. Although, looks like he lost a fair bit of pace on the exit, so Rodder, I think, might have got that one back. He did. Currently sitting pretty up. Oh, that's deep, though, into the cutting, but managed to pull it up.
No issues with Ginetta. Now watch the Ginetta across the top here. Just can point it where you want.
Sounds good to me. Goodness, I'm... Look at him just pull away, yeah. Not wrong. Absolutely glued. Jeez, I like that angle actually. You could see how light the car got. You could see how light the car got as it came sort of into McPhillamy. That's an excellent shot. Yeah, Barbecue Buns, that's Mike Reel. If you look up Mike Reel in the Discord, he is Barbecue Buns. Just like you are Ben Curtis Diabols. One of OR's favourites is Diabols. Get around him. But yeah, Barbecue Buns. That's how he rolls.
We're here with Adam Cardiello. Big fan of Adams. Raced against him last season. Good hard racer.
And he's got plenty of knowledge too. He's in the Sprint Series in the McLaren team this season and has got me through the first couple of rounds with his setup work. Him and a few others coming together to really carry the McLaren garage so far this season.
Whoop,
So,
whoop,
that's touch
whoop.
on
There we
the
go.
moon.
It's getting worse.
It looks like the safety car. Is that the safety car?
It just doesn't work.
Someone's come out with your safety car livery on the... I want to say that's Aziz in the Chevrolet, maybe. Well, legend, I love Aziz. If he's done that, if he's come out the safety car, someone pay the man. That's a great effort. Drew Matthews, track limits. obeying all the track limits here tonight. You wouldn't want to go too far past the track limits because there's not a lot past there other than concrete.
It's actually funny with this track. You get a track limit warning for hitting the wall, and you're like, okay. Normally a track limit warning means you've gained an advantage, but here, okay, you hit the wall, you go slower, but you get a track limits warning. Very strange. You can always put it down to Kunos features.
Oh, we love a good Kunos feature, don't we?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't like a good... Oh, it's...
Great battle here between Mr. Real and Rodder. Unfortunately, I think Rodder here is about to have a bit of a moment because this Porsche is just going to put its foot down, unleash that flat six and go bye.
Yeah, he will, because Rodder got all sorts of crossed up coming out of the elbow too, so he's given him a head start. And as you said, Porsche just has the legs on the straight.
Look at that speed, 240. There you go. Yep, it's hit the wall.
Oh, he's battling that car, isn't he? Getting all sorts of crossed up there too, so usually pretty good in the garage as well is Nick Rodder. Very handy with the setup, so not sure how much time he had to prepare, but he's usually pretty good at setting the car up. Really struggling with it here. Again, all over the curb and crossed up, but managing to keep it straight.
It's one of two right-hand drive cars in ACC.
Ah, true that. Yeah, I wouldn't have. I don't know why I didn't spot that earlier. So this in the Bentley. Yeah, well spotted.
It's actually strange when you jump in a right-hand drive car on ACC. Oh, this feels different. Even though in Australia we drive on the right-hand side. But...
Yeah, no, I agree. I drove in the Bentley for the first time and was like, yeah, this you're right. It feels odd. We do all our driving on the left-hand side. So it shouldn't feel weird, as you said, because we drive normally here. Yeah, it does. That's a very cosmopolitan-looking livery too from Mike Reel. There's a couple of flashy-looking ones. You're not a massive fan of the bright colours, are you?
No, I'm not.
No, so yeah, this is hurting your eyes. At least they're in the dark, though, I guess. Tell you what, Nick Rodder's putting pressure on him now. As you said, the Janetta over the mountain, just glued to the road. But there's nowhere to pass up here, so... Oh, he's getting all sorts of crossed up again. Again, managing to hold it. Classy driver in his own right is Nick Rodder. Managing to keep it together. Can he do it for another 8 minutes? Can he find a way past Mike Reel is the question. Because as you said, the only spot you can really do it, especially in the GT4 car, is down Conrod. And you just can't beat the Porsche down there. So it needs some sort of magical exit out of here, out of the elbow. But it looked like he was a little wider than the Porsche. He's tucked up this time. Much better and much closer than he was last lap.
The issue is, though, once it hits 240 kilometres an hour, the generator just stops. It's almost like
he's well aware of it. You can see his team name there. He's well aware of the speed limit.
Yeah, it's almost like it's got a false limiter on it. It's really weird.
A very ridiculous 240 kilometres per hour is the Janetta.
Meanwhile, the big bad Camaro will just keep accelerating for days.
Quite a few Camaros out there. Maybe the most of any manufacturer. There's a lot of Astons as well.
Seem to be all grouped up together there, those Astons. Apart from Steenkamp, who's doing very well up there in P2, the rest of the Astons are all bunched together there.
Oh, Withers is pitted. Fuel damage, it looks like. This one looks like it's seen better days. Meanwhile, Dankachu, 7 seconds up the road, having an absolute field day. Dankachu, if you are unaware, is Lucas Burse, who races in our sprint series, a very pacey man.
Is it? I've always wondered. Ah, there you go. The mask is off.
The mask is off.
He's very quick in the sprint series, isn't he? So that's hardly surprising that he's up there. you go. I feel like I just learnt Batman's identity.
Just gonna look on the outside. That's never a good spot to get the overtake done. Is tuck back in. These two are having a hunky-dory battle.
Definitely the battle of the race.
Oh, for sure. So Mike's race ended before it began, really, in the Lamborghini Sprint, but here, currently holding on to the podium, Nick Rodder, though, has got the blowtorch on him. Right, who's your money on? Who's your iced coffees on? Who's going to take this P3, Real or Rodder?
I'm going to go with my man Real, even though that livery is absolutely diabolical. He's in a
Yeah, I'm
Porsche.
going Rodder just because of livery.
Yeah, I'll be a realist. I'll probably say Real as well.
Far out, that kid out.
Would you like that? Not bad, not bad. No, he's clearly got enough pace to keep it in front of Rodder. Unless he makes a mistake, Rodder's closing up to him over the mountain, but there's just nowhere to go up there. There's nowhere to overtake. And then by the time they get to the elbow, he's close, but then the Porsche just drives away from him. So, as I said, I think unless there's a genuine mistake from Mike, all he's got to do is hold on for another 4.5 minutes, so probably, 3 laps. I think he'll get it done.
Yeah, it's looking ominous. He gets close in the sections where the Jetta is strong, but the overtaking spots where you really want to be, it's just the Porsche just stretching its legs. Which car is prettier? We're not talking about colour schemes. We're talking about shape. Jetta or the Porsche? Which one do you prefer?
Porsche for me.
I am a Porsche lover through and through, but I do like that shape of the Janetto. It's just perfect in its form. Whoa, that was form right there from Rodder, right out sideways.
Not wrong. Very close.
Just don't like the rear wing on the Porsche. It just looks out of place. Doesn't flow with the whole lines of the car.
Yeah, I can agree with that, but it still doesn't quite win me over. The Janetta just doesn't do it for me. I don't know what you guys talk about. It's a bit like the Mercedes. Like everyone sort of thinks that Mercedes front end is really nice and it flows to the back of the car. I don't get it. I don't think they look nice at all. But that's my opinion.
Tell us how you really feel.
Jeez.
You ask the questions, I'll bring the news.
Yeah, I agree with you with the Merc though. The Merc definitely looks like it's been to a Californian doctor and had some work done. Extensions, I believe they call it these days.
Like even this front end, this mouth just looks boring. Just doesn't look. Yeah, it just doesn't do it for me.
Tell
The
us how
holes
you
in
really
the holes in the bonnet just doesn't do it for me. This sort of angled back window, it's just not doing it for me. Sorry. No.
Well, at least we can all agree it looks better than a KTM.
I have to see this KTM. It's getting personal now. I don't know any KTM owners, but if I did, they'd be upset. What is the KTM? So I'm gonna go look it up right now.
You find it on ugly.com, I reckon.
Ugly.com.
I'll laugh if it was on the front page of that. If there is even an ugly.com.
No, apparently it's a domain name that is for sale, so we can buy it, and then we can make it a website about the KTM Expo, which I'm now going to go look up.
Imagine how much that cost. Let's go another battle. Jaco Boats, who was our driver of the day for Lamborghini Sprint. Should we check it out, actually?
Oh, he's chasing that man Bender. Here's Mr. McNulty up there 7 spots in the Camaro. Mr. Boats right behind him in that Porsche. This should be a great battle. Porsche Should be stronger across the mountain and down the mountain. Wait till that Camaro unleashes that big V8 down the straight.
Yeah, the Camaro would be stronger down the mountain, wouldn't it?
Yeah, pretty even down the mountain, but once we get to here, the Camaro then can just unleash its party trick. It's not actually the quickest in a straight line though, the GT4s. The Maserati's pretty much the one to beat. Bit of a weapon. The Porsche's not slow in a straight line either, as you can see.
Yeah. Might be close enough there though. Oh, hang on. These two are going hunky-dory at it there. Swapped positions a couple times in that lap, but they still remain. Mike P3, Nick P4. Final lap of the race. We'll stay on board with these guys.
Nick's going to get this done. He's got to get it done probably at the first part of the track so he can build an advantage over the top of the mountain where the Geneta's quite strong.
He'll want to get it done. He's known for his ambitious moves. Some successful and some not. Someone's got a meatball flag. Someone's being waved the meatball flag there somewhere. Obviously not one of these two. Oh, it's car 171, but yeah, we've been watching this from Rodder for the last 10 minutes. He is battling this car. Absolutely soaring at the wheel, but clearly managing to get the pace out of it. So as I said, this will be the last lap, and like all the other laps, we'll probably watch Rodder close up right behind him here. Clearly the quicker car over the mountain. There he is, and he's just got nowhere to go. Gives him a little kiss on the bum there, and that's cost him. Yep. Oh, got a fairly large whack from the wall there too. Down here, nowhere to go. There's just no... Oh, that's crossed up again. Again, he's managed to save it, though. That's quality driving again.
I
thought he was dead for all means there.
It's got to be close here to have any chance. Not bad. Oh, a little bit of a correction. All the suck help, though.
Yeah, but as Sean said, by the time they get over the crest here, Nick just tops out at 240 kilometres an hour and the Porsche just walks away again. So he's going to have to brake deep or something.
It's going to have to be an all-time send. I'll tell you what he had. He thought about that, I reckon, for half a second then.
Definitely. I reckon he's been thinking about it like a fair few laps. Oh, well done. Deglici P1 and Johan Steenkamp P2 with Mike Rowell is going to hold on for P3. Great recovery after the Lamborghini Sprint race. Awesome driving there, Nick Rodder. Charlie Mitchell's going to finish 5th. And another one in the books, gents. Going to see some good donuts now. Tank's got a bit of damage, so that would have had to be passing either a blue flag car, or he's got more now, or he'd love tapping the walls up the top of the mountain. So well done, gents. We're going to move straight over to
Get ready.
the team challenge because we're about to
Rub
kick
your
off
hands.
quali.
Here it comes.
Oh,
Whoa.
what an entrance!
That's not it.
That
It's free practice. All right, fair enough. Goodness me, I thought you said qualifying, and yeah, right, okay. Whoa. Lexus power. Oh.
And here we go, straight into qualifying.
Let's go. Just the 8 minutes, so the pressure will be on.
Those all good timings there. Just grab both.
So these will be all the team liveries that we're seeing on Sunday.
Yes.
Is that correct? Yeah.
That is correct. All the team liveries are there. Entry list is on.
So a nice little sneak peek.
Everything is exactly how it'll be in the Bathurst 12. The main deal, the main drag. Do as well. Cross that off. Cross that in. Press that button.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought we were watching Chris Withers. I thought he's done pretty well to get out of the GT4 and straight into here pretty quick.
Boom.
No. This is Zachary Smith.
There we go. We're going. We're live.
So, AV Maximum Pace, the winners of the Silverstone 12 late last year, and are now arguably stronger with this inclusion. Zachary Smith, obviously a Sprint Series champion, an OOR F1 Tier 1 champion, a very, very quick man. So lining up tonight for Team Challenge 1. And yeah, probably holding favouritism is AV Maximum Pace, although there's been a few team changes late this week with a few strong drivers coming into other teams, sort of narrowing those odds a little bit.
Sorry
Nice
to
see
cut
those
you off,
stuff in
Jamie.
Mercedes.
I'm just going to
Go
quickly
ahead.
introduce Alex Bowen to the commentary box. Welcome, mate, and thank you, Sean Muller, for joining us for the GT4 race.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good call.
Love you, Sean.
Great stuff. And g'day, Alex. How are you?
Hey, how are we
Buddy?
doing?
Fantastic, mate. We're
Mate,
ready to
we're
rock and
along
roll.
in here. Yep. Happy to have you on board, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's always nice to be in the comms booth, especially when you've got such quick drivers as this, like currently on board with
compliment
Zachary
us there,
Smith.
JC. He's gonna-
I was
I'm expecting a nice little compliment there from Alex, but no.
about to blush.
Oh, it's
Nah.
fine, it's fine.
Coming from Repugnant's
The
most handsome
boy
bachelor,
from
I would have taken it.
Repugnant. The boy from Repugnant. You're nearly a man from Repugnant, Alex.
Oh, it's getting there. I mean, 16 years young, approaching 17, getting there.
You on your learners yet? You're starting to cruise around with mum and dad and get the car on the road?
Oh, not quite. I've still got a few things to
Sweet.
do before I can get there.
Out there in Repugnant, they should just let you go by yourself. Don't worry about learners and stuff. There's probably no police up there. Just get out and have a crack at it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, with the roads around here, you probably don't want to be doing that too much.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Repugnant was pretty much a household name within OOR. How
Haven't been
often
to
it's
Repugnant.
mentioned.
Go and pay a visit. Up there towards Warwick Nabil and Witchy-Proof and a couple other spots.
I can 100% guarantee that nearly everyone has no idea where Warwicknabil or Witchproof are.
Why has
Yeah,
it
as
got
you
the
said-
checkered flag with all those cars there? What is going on? Do you see that?
Yep.
That's,
I do
Yep.
see that. But I also see 4 minutes and 20 to go in qualifying on both timing boards, so it's got the right information somewhere. Andrew Lawrenson currently with a purple lap. There we go, getting some times up now. Some deltas happening. It's probably going to be Zach Smith here who comes across and puts in the first banker lap of a 2 minute 9. That's a nice clean banker if you don't mind. Goodness me. That's a great start from Zachary.
Yeah, that's very, very fast from Smithy in the Mercedes.
I love the looks of this livery. That is going back some years. If you know, you know. 2038. It's a huge gap. I don't understand why that checkered flag's there.
Would it? Ooh, I don't know what it's trying to indicate.
Is it a Brocky type show?
Don't know. But there's a huge gap between P1 and P2.
Well, we're talking about the livery. Alex and I are both trying to take a stab at why you think this livery is a throwback. Is it throwing back to Peter Brock? That was my guess because it's red.
Jim Richardson, is it? Jim Richards, sorry. Isn't it?
Ah, right. That shows you what I know.
Fairly sure.
I will agree though. It's a very nice livery.
Hola, amigos! Mike Reels in chat. Congratulations on your podium, my friend. Very nice performance in the GT4 race from you.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the ACC thing there, but we'll just bear with it for now.
Yeah, it's doing all right. It's got all the deltas up and we've got some times on the board, so it's doing its job.
There's a massive gap to kick things off. 1.2.
What 2 seconds is just mind-boggling around here.
Defense.
I mean, especially considering how closely packed these drivers typically are on pace. 1.2 seconds is an eternity.
Team
Couple in
challenge
chat
one.
saying that is.
So,
No, sorry, there's a couple of people in chat just saying it is the Jim Richards, Winfield Reds and Shell combo. Is that
Yeah, I
that actually
thought
rings
so.
a bell to me? Just
Yeah.
quietly, that's yeah.
P2 at the moment for Gibson. Got a couple of new faces racing for this Bathurst 12 hour. This is another little good cider we get for the drivers to see who's ready to rock and roll for the Bathurst 12. Another way to get rid of the nerves as well, get other drivers involved. All for it. So how it works tonight is there'll be 2 races of 25 minutes, 7 sprints. Preceding those, little 8-minute qualifying sessions. And tomorrow night we'll have the same again, Team Challenge 2, but another driver from the team. And we add the points together for the classes to determine the Zinger Box winner. I think we're going with that now, aren't we?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Since
I've
when
got-
was a Zinger Box part of this? I might need to try and win the damn thing tomorrow night then.
Yeah, if you're not aware, the winner of the team challenge per driver gets a Zinger box and a Farmers Union iced coffee delivered to them. Not sure how we're going to arrange that, if it's going to be a menu log type scenario or whatnot, but we'll make it happen.
Yeah. Now I've really got to try and win the thing if you get a Zinger Box.
Zing on, Pigger. That's what it's all about. Zachary Smith puts it on pole and gets the win done here. We're sending a Zinger box your way, and to Woe Gold as well. That's what it's all about. So we are down to 0. Everyone on their last lap now. Here's Mitchell Weston,
Ooh.
late in collusion. That's a nice little time there from Wheezy.
Good jump up
Fashionably
into
late,
third.
so that's a late entry to the Bathurst 12 hour, a mixed bag team that we've helped get a few drivers involved. Had teammates drop out in other teams, so Mitchell Weston not here to put shoes on caterpillars. Lawrence in P1 with a 2-minute .8. Smithy 2 minutes .9. Some great laps out there early on. And I can't seem to find a single car that we'll go with Bash Told. This has already won my favourite team name easily.
Break Czech Republic. That is a cracker. Absolutely.
Huge.
And the country code is their number, so it's got nothing to do with any sort of backyard shed greenery shenanigans. It's actually their country code. The Czech Republic
There
is
you go.
420. So they were quick to point that out. They didn't want anyone thinking that they were Snoop Dogg type shenanigans. They are just representing their country accurately with the 420.
I think that's an A+ for effort right there.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It is a nice looking livery.
Meanwhile, we have the $1.50 Macca's special coming around the final corner now. Currently P26. This will move them quite a long way up this time.
Yeah,
That was P16.
This is Sean Muller's very strong rookie team who've popped themselves up into the pro class, if you don't mind. So, yeah, good performance from Joshua there in qualifying. Tell you what, I like that pink Lambo there. That looks nice.
Always love a bit of pink.
I do, don't I? What have I done? Like, my daughters, I used to hate pink. Now I like pink. I'm all over it. Give me all the pink.
I'm the exact same, JC. I used to really dislike pink, but now it's probably one of my more favourite colours.
Yeah, definitely in the top 3 for me. What is your
What
favourite
about
colour?
you, Mole?
What's my favourite colour?
I
I'm
know
gonna
yours
guess
is
it's an orange.
Yeah.
How'd you guess that? That was great. Yeah, it is.
But what about pink for you? You got any...
I don't mind it if it's used, if it's a decent shade. If it's like a subtle pink, yeah, it gets a pass.
Yeah, like pink accents in like just anything can really pop, and I appreciate it when it works. Makes me excited to see what the Alpine is going to look like with the blue and the pink combination there. Like, that's going to be an interesting combo, I'd
Is
say.
that confirmed? That's happening?
Yeah,
Apparently so.
BWT.
Yeah, right. That will be a very interesting, because they're supposed to be based off the French flag, so they're going to have to be tasteful about the way they go about it.
Just change the red to a pink and just say that, oh yeah, it's just the French flag with a bit more pink. I don't know.
It just went through the laundry too many times and the red's worn out.
Well, I mean, we missed this, but Andrew Lawrenson's on pole.
Christ, we did too. Well spotted. In the Jim Richards livery. There he is. Right there on the inside. For race 1. So 2 25-minute races in the team challenge. Is there any sort of reverse grid shenanigans for the second race, or are they qualifying again?
Just
or...
bang, bang. See if you can back it up.
So your positions from race 1 will determine your grid position for race 2, is that correct?
No, it's a brand new qualifying for race 2.
Okay, right.
So
yeah,
see if
let's
you can
go
back
again.
it up again. You might have had a bad one. The only difference between this really and the Bathurst 12-hour point system is, so for example, Lawrenson will pick up the bonus points there for, let me just touch base on that so I can show you exactly what they are. So pole there, you just picked up 2 points for your class. Western just picked up 2 points for team number 4, and David Bartlett just picked up 2 points for the AM class pole position. So, which I really like, another aspect of it. So it's more class v class battles. Now remember, these are provisional standings. So for the actual race, they may change, but for the team challenge, these will remain in place. And we are getting ready for one of the big dances for the weekend. Does this one work? Oh, it does. Beautiful.
Nice.
Nice. Whew. My YouTube app has absolutely cooked itself.
So we'll get a primo view of the midfield where it usually kicks off on lap 1. If it is to be drama, that is where it'll be. Usually the top 6, 7 or 8, 9 just get away cleanly and go in single file. But as soon as it gets into that midfield, 2, 3 wide, especially over this rise here, and some cars get a little bit lighter than others. And all it takes is a slight touch in ACC to the side. Cars dive off all over the place, and then it all kicks off. Drama everywhere. Wish these drivers all the best. As you said, points on the line, so we want them to succeed. But if you're anything like me, a little crash every now and then doesn't hurt the spirit, as long as you're not involved in it.
Yep, that's it. That's exactly it.
What do you feel worse is bin it from a podium position yourself, or bin it in podium position and someone else has caused it? Which one feels worse? It's actually a harder answer than you think.
Yeah, that is a difficult question because it's almost like two different sorts of pain. If you bin it yourself from a podium position, that's more of just like a real disappointment sort of moment. You're just really upset with yourself, while if you get binned by someone else off the podium, that's when you just have more of that anger coming in.
Yeah. You've got no one else to blame it but yourself. You probably still feel just as bad that you've thrown it away without anyone else causing it.
Yeah, for me it'd be worse if I binned it myself, I think. If it's someone else, it's sort of out of your control a little bit, whereas if I've done it to myself, that's going to sting all night long, that one.
Yeah.
I think what stings more is knowing that you've made a major error that's hurt someone's race
Yeah, agreed.
It feels terrible when you make a mistake like that.
Oh, definitely. I don't think anyone's out there to cause these incidents. Knowing that people practice for these things and put a lot of work in. It's never good, but hopefully we see a lot of nice, clean racing for this Team Challenge number 1. 1 of 2. Then tomorrow night we've got Team Challenge 2 right before qualifying, but head down to the final corner before the start. JC, you're on fire. Let's bring it home.
Here we go. We've been looking forward to this all night long. The support races are done. Everyone's tucked in. We have been waiting for OOR's top drivers to come together and take us into the first lap of this 25-minute race. The lights will go green as Lawrenson comes across the line, and he will be chased by Smith, Kitching and Wheezy into turn 1. Tell you what, Smithy got a pretty handy start there. Not sure if Lawrence... Oh, that looked like a pretty tight line, but he got it done. So, bang, turn 1, Smithy gets it done, and he will lead them away all the way up to turn 2. Lawrenson getting the Nissan run, though. I tell you what, he's going to come back at him here. He's going to be forced to go around the outside. What an interesting battle from the top 2 straight. There's a little kiss, another little kiss. Oh, my goodness, let's keep it easy. That could have been worse. And it's forced Smithy wide, so Lawrenson gets it back. Not sure who's at fault there, but both of them keep it going straight and narrow. Oh, that's not a place to get an overtake done there. Oliver Kitching having to pull out. Smithy managing to keep his position. So, tell you what, very tasty up into turn 2, 3, 4 from the leaders there. Not what I expected, but you can see in the second camera there, it's 2, 3 wide all the way back in the midfield. And no yellow flags on the track map, so not too shabby from everyone. Of course, as you said, OR's best, expected to show us how it's done, and they are doing so far. This is Misson coming over Skyline for the first time in a nice little train with Nichols, Clark and Herbert. Camera 2 showing us that midfield still keeping it nice and tidy as they come through Skyline as well. There's been no drama whatsoever, no yellow flags, no curses from anyone. Alex Bowen staying unusually quiet as he tries to avoid cursing any of these drivers off the road. But I'll let him take over here as we watch Misson chase Nichols down to the chase for the first time.
Thank you, JC. So we have, Misson coming up right behind Nichols. The Nissan has such a good run down the straight. It's always a absolute machine when it gets to a bit of straight road, but can't seem to do anything yet. Looks like we've got Lawrenson, then Smith, Kitching, Weston, Fluke, Nichols, Misson, Clark, Herbert and Suji in the top 10 at the moment, with Wellerburn just outside of that. Seems to be some close gaps between Weston, Fluke and Smith and Lawrenson. Smith is right behind Lawrenson at the moment. Can he get a good enough toe to maybe try for a move up the inside here? Doesn't look like he's going to get anything. That Nissan is just so quick. So quick. So he'll have to hold station for now as they start climbing the mountain on the second lap of this race.
So this is a great precursor for the race on Sunday. We do predict that these two teams will be right up the pointy end come the end of the 12 hours on Sunday. And what a just a beautiful lap to kick things off. Just showcasing it. So much talent out there in the sim racing world, and so much respect shown by all those drivers. They got the practice in, they've raced together a fair bit. As we see yellow flag as soon as I fucking said that.
Yeah, not wrong. There is one there in the cutting. It's car 21, if I'm not mistaken. No, car number 1. It is. So they are still stuck there. Obviously doing the old Austin Powers 20-point turn in the cutting.
That's close.
There's
That's
a touch there too. So, as you said, Neil, you've jumped in the box, and as soon as you have, it started to kick off. Again, as the tyres warm up, these drivers start to get a little bit more comfortable in their cars. The battles start to take place. And with only a 25-minute race, you can be, I guess, forgiven for wanting to get some results on the board. But yeah, you would hope come the 12 hours on Sunday that everyone just settles in, and it's not a lap 1, it's not a lap 2, it's not a lap 3 race. It's a very, very long day on Sunday. So But no, you're right. Very respectful start. Other than that one little incident, it's been a very nice start from everyone.
Well, I mean, a lot of times on these sorts of weekends where we have these endurance races, we always say that it's not a sprint, you can be careful. This is a sprint, this race, so there may be a bit more aggression as we see it. Yeah, just on the replay, the car 818 just get a bit too wide on the exit of turn 1, just spin right around into the wall. That's gonna hurt them quite a bit, as we see Harsh Kumar coming under pressure from Luke Fleming. Fleming just backs out of that a bit, so Kumar stays ahead for now. We've got Pickford right behind this in the Lexus. That's a very nice livery on that car.
What's that, the black and gold number from Fleming you're talking about?
No, the Pickford car.
Show me that one, I'm interested. I want to know what you're all about, Alex. What are you like the bright colours? You like the darker colours? What are you into?
Oh, it depends. Some cars work well with the brighter colours, others work a lot nicer with the darker colours. I mean, I've always been a sucker for some darker shades, but there are some very nice brightly coloured cars, that's for sure.
Yeah, agreed. Everyone pretty tasteful here in the team challenge, that's for sure. We had some bloody, goodness gracious, we had some terrible numbers in the GT4 race. Lucky that was at night. Didn't get to see much of those.
That's the reason
like
why
that.
they had such disgraceful numbers in there.
It's okay from Convicts and Colonials, the 676 entry. I don't mind that. It's not over the top. It's standing out. It says, I'm here. But
2 secs JC, looks like we've just had a change for the lead. Smithy's gotten ahead of Lawrenson for P1.
He has two in camera 2 there. Well spotted by you.
Pickford just get past Fleming there as well. So yeah, we have Smithy taking the lead now from Andrew Lawrenson. So we'll see how this plays out for the rest of the race, but I'm sure they're going to be fighting for pretty much the whole lot.
So can he break away now? They've battled a couple of times, these two. And now that Smithy has that position, can he break away at least before Conrad? He's obviously got to try and build a gap over the mountain where the Mercedes is a little bit stronger than the Nissan. Because if the Nissan comes out of the elbow just behind the Mercedes, you would expect Lawrenson to get that back with the Nissan power down the straight.
It's not going to be that easy because normally the Mercedes would be quite quick on the mountain compared to the Nissan, but the ballast is what's going to really affect the performance of some cars on here, which fair enough because some cars were just way too overpowered.
Mercedes top of that list, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, I think Mercedes is 30 kilos of ballast or something like that, while the Nissan doesn't have any, so that will definitely help Lawrenson going down the straight, although I think some drivers say that the ballast improves the stability of the car at times.
Well, Lawrenson was no slouch over the mountain there, especially coming up it. He was right behind Smithy. Smithy managed to pull a little gap there coming down the mountain. Built up a second by the time they come out of the elbow. So we'll see what that gap does as Lawrence, look at that, 3/10 and they're not even finished. So you can just see them, the Nissan power, even with no slipstream, like a good second gap. There was no help there from the slipstream, but he's closed that gap again. And right up behind Smithy. But yeah, as I said, the Mercedes is pretty strong here and well deserved that ballast. And these two are obviously very, very strong drivers, so we're getting a good indication here of what the cars are capable of. Tell you what, I'm very impressed with...
Yellow flag further back, looked like there was Bartlett that went off.
I was just about to say I was very impressed with Bartlett. That's upsetting, because yeah, he's the top AM-class driver in qualifying.
Oh, and that's Nichols in the Odyssey car.
And he has sprayed that Wickler Molly sign all over the track. Can you pick up little pieces of that and drag them along and hurt your speed, I wonder? I've never actually tested that.
I don't think you can in this game. Oh, that's
Oh, no. Oh, please hold your brakes. Oh, my goodness, he's taken out that Lexus. That is Michael Pickford in the Kovacs Racing Group.
Please slow down, please slow down.
He has done well to pull it up before, yeah. So I'm not sure who that was who dived back across the track, but Pickford has been an unwilling victim there. And as you said, he did very well to pull it up on the grass there.
Side by sides back here. Oh, that's tight going into the cutting. Very unfortunate there for Pickford. Just couldn't avoid the car that was just sideways. I don't think the one that had originally spun held his brakes, so that's caused a bit of chaos. We'll get some further proof here. Yeah, just... Oh, no, there's nothing he could have done there, I don't think. That's always going to be a tough situation to get yourself out of, especially when you're out of control like that.
Yeah, it's a pretty skinny track, and there's no runoff anywhere, really, until you get down to sort of the chase and whatnot. But other than that, it is walls on all sides. So if you do make an error, yeah, even if you do hold your brakes, there's still a chance you sort of float back on the track and kill someone. Bit of a Bentley on Bentley action here as Christopher Taylor goes past Suji.
We're on board with Nick De Silva, just in the Audi behind this battle. These two Bentleys are going out. De Silva has a look up the inside. He's gonna have a crack, but not late enough on the brakes, and
What a train.
probably well done too. That is a massive train. Got Nissan on the McLaren in the back. McLaren squeezing the Nissan to the wall and holds on to that position, does Gorowski. As that's now opened up for... Oh, no, that was Hill holding on to position from Gorowski. Now Chalmers is on the back of Gorowski. This is confusing. Oh, on the grass. He's... Oh, that's tight.
That's some big brass coconuts right there. I wouldn't recommend they're doing that every lap. He's backed off. So what have you got? 30 minutes left in race one. So this gives the drivers something a bit different than they're going to deal with in the Bathurst 12 hour. You don't get all these close battles for a very short amount of times in the Bathurst 12. It's... Wow, that's a close one. That's going to be the McLaren on the inside through here. The Bentley's got a little bit of damage. They made it work. They're going to go side by side through Skyline. They've sorted it out. That could have been race ending. Now, Pickford's definitely in the pits.
Oh, that's a bit of damage there. That's let the Bentley back up the inside.
Neil, every time you step into the comms box, it kicks off.
Oh, it does. Look, it's the Forest Elbow. This is a disaster. Oh, should I keep going? Yeah, why not? All right, Simon Gorowski, side by side with the McLaren of Joshua Hill, the $1 Macca's special. $1.50, sorry. If he hits a crash, it might be worth $1. But that Nissan just stretches its legs. We've got a Lexus going to go 2x2.
2x2.
No.
Oh, that was close.
Are they going to make this work? Look at this train. This is something the Fat Controller would be proud of.
There's 8 cars within 2 seconds.
Go. This is what I love to see. This is exactly what we wanted to see for the team challenge. Now really, if you get into a Barney here and you end up DNFing, I've just dropped something and that's not good.
Yeah, it's spot on. You get to race. You get 25 minutes worth of... You get a light fuel load. You get to have a couple of battles on the mountain.
Between the two Bentleys there.
That was Ferguson up the inside, yeah. But yeah, you're not wrong. Obviously, with full tanks and 12 hours to go, everyone's going to be a bit more patient on Sunday. But this is banging. Everyone's just having a crack at each other here. And doing so respectfully. There hasn't been too many that have been silly and from a long way back. It's just good, close battles. We're enjoying this.
Oh, Bentley's understeer.
That's wide.
A fence. That's a fence.
And there's that black and pink Lambo again. That's a really, really nice livery. Oh, that's tight. Well.
Great stuff at the moment. Another race after this, but this one is a long way to go. Aaron Salterod.
If this racing is anything to go by for the second race, then we are in for an absolute barnstorming affair.
Yeah. And it's kind of it might be high pressure, but it's also not the end of the world type of thing. You don't feel like you've just ruined your whole team's Bathurst 12 hour. And it's probably good practice in those early clinches of the Bathurst 12 hour. As you see, the Aston Martin has had a horrible exit and gets eaten up by the Lexus. It should manage to keep stretching its legs before the McLaren catches. Oh, the Bentley's going to have a squeeze. That's Steve Davis. Tucks in behind. Oh, sorry, it's Bryce Meddings. This is...
Oh, he's having a look around the outside, not going to
oh,
make
it's a Barney!
There's one. It was bound to happen at some point with all these cars
Bartlett
in
and
close proximity.
Salteroid.
Yeah, Bartlett and Salteroid. Keeping half an eye on the leaders. Zachary Smith still leads from Andrew Lawrenson with, I think that's Kitching P3. Bryce decided to do some more practice in his running.
Oh, that's the Lexus
Just
around.
goes around, yep.
Jared Ellis in the Wildcards Lexus. I might stop commentating because every time I do, it kicks off.
Stop killing people. You're a murderer.
That's lovely.
Should send you to court.
But no, you're spot on. I agree that this is a great way to watch Bathurst battles. As I said, probably not going to get much of this on Sunday. And yeah, as I said, it's a good way for everyone to get to know each other and spot some liveries and have a bit of practice, because everyone's done their team practice and everyone's been on track at some point over the last 2 weeks, but you wouldn't have any practice like this before the big dance on Sunday. This is a great way for everyone to get on track and get to know each other in the opening throws. So yeah, a little less fuel, but that's just giving everyone permission to throw it around a little bit harder and creating some really good racing for us to watch. This is Stefan in the Brake Czech Republic. Lamborghini behind Luca Fleming in his Lamborghini. Bit of Lambo on Lambo action. Tell you what, you can almost spot the wing difference on those two Lambos. I don't know if that's just me, but it looks like the one at the front running a little more wing than the one behind.
It does look that way. I'm not sure if it has that visual change.
Might be just a livery thing, you reckon? Because
possibly
yeah,
the NVIDIA that will...
maybe the NVIDIA making it look a bit fatter.
But you're definitely right. It did look like it was a little bit higher. If so, that's very cool. Gorowski.
Borowski. The W is off.
Oh, that's brake markers.
Yep, there they go. Tell you
No
what,
one
taking
needs them.
bets on how quickly that happens on Sunday. It's going to be a long bloody 12 hours without those brake markers.
5 minutes in.
5 minutes. So what, Bentley on Bentley action continuing back there. They were up alongside coming into turn one, but they thought better of it. Steve Davis backing out, allowing Andrew Ferguson through. And this is Pete Chalmers with the lovely pink Bryce Meddings behind him. I do really like that livery. That is an early vote for my favourite, I reckon.
Very classy.
It's not a bloody fluoro pink, it's just a nice little strawberry ice cream pink. I like it.
Yeah, that sort of shade of pink is my absolute favourite.
There you look. Battles. The leaders are just approaching some blue flags now. So there won't be many cars that'll be blue flagged, but those that have been involved in Barney's, I think Pickford's probably stayed in the pits and still fixing that car because it was a massive hit through no fault of his own, just taking evasive action. Look at this battle. Steenkamp, who was P2 in the last race we just had. Alexis is right here. Bit of a Bentley gaggle.
Just what you need to be in, a Bentley gaggle.
Well, I wouldn't mind being behind this Bentley gaggle if I was in the Lexus, which is the position that Johan finds himself in here. Lexus is an absolute monster down the straight, so I'll tell you what, he's getting squeezed. Ferguson not allowing him much room whatsoever.
That's a touch.
The inevitable contact occurs, but they both manage to pull it up before they get to the chase. So, oh, who's that out in the grass back there? I'm pretty sure, yep, there's two taking the Jim's mowing line. That is Steve Lewis coming together with might have been Niblo in the McLaren, I think.
Yep. Spot on there.
But yeah, that was a nice little move by Johan. Very ambitious, trying to get it done through the kink. That's a very fast corner, and it's sort of, you underestimate how much you've got to really be pinned through, and there's not a lot of turning done through the kink. So yeah, he got it done. Big balls, nice work. Pete Chalmers.
Just ahead here, there's an incident. Oh, that's not a good spot to have a Lamborghini any day of the week. Oh, he's just returned to the pits. He's done the unselfish thing there, and
That's the Bright Czech Republic car.
Yeah, unfortunate for Stefan there. Oh no, death.
Oh no.
Oh,
that's a
Pink liver, it's out. Neapolitan strawberry's done. No, Bryce. Oh, Lebloinski.
Watch that replay back. There was a few cars there.
Yeah, I don't want to pick favourites, but Bryce Manning's one of my favourite men. And rocking that livery. Oh, there's someone else sideways there too. Just
That's
before
Davis.
McPhillamy. Yeah, Davis.
And he's back to the pits.
What a game.
So, just a couple starting to turn their cards the wrong way with 4 minutes to go. Get a replay here of what happened to Stefan as he came up to turn 2, got it tilted in nicely. I wonder if he took this curb, because that curb's deadly in the Lambo. No, it looked pretty good there. It's the outside curb that got him.
Just Lambo things.
Just got it absolutely smashed into the wall, so he thought too much damage, not worth waiting for everyone to go past for 4.5 minutes, so he did the right thing there. And as you said, took it straight back to the pits. Everyone made it through cleanly. And they thought, oh, bloody hell, look at us. We're sweating and we're lucky we just got past that. I'm glad that wasn't me. And then they come up here in the cutting and, he got a lot of help, did Bryce. He got a lot of help. And he's come out the worst too. It's not like he got a little touch and managed to keep going. He had to wait for everyone to go before he took off again. So, tell you what, he's back there battling that McLaren though. He's on his way the inside up to turn 1. Oh, Bryce, so he's not given up, that's for sure.
Looks like he's gotten up the inside of Niblo there.
Did he get it done? He did.
He is.
Nice one, Bryce. Carry on. Carry on my wayward son. No, it's not. Cam Norris made his debut in the Sprint Series last week, I believe.
Any relation to Lando and Chuck?
Father.
Yeah, he is Lando's
Chuck.
father. Yep.
Chuck. Oh, that man's already won the Bathurst 12 hour.
Yeah.
Let's just quickly check the classes battle. So we'll go back to car number. Nice little swarm of pro-ams. David Bartlett leads the way for the 676 AM class with Nick Miller 221 Odyssey Academy P2. Oh, he's going to kick off again. This group are having a fun time. I reckon they're loving this so much. So a little bit of damage on the Bentley ahead. It's going to get swallowed up.
Hey, teammates, those Bentleys in front, they look very
Yeah, I was
similar
about
to
to mention those liveries. They are
No relation.
they're just a little similar.
Just a smidgen.
I mean, when you're looking at from this perspective, there's definitely a difference. But I mean, looking from the rear end, there's a bit of similarities there. Cam Norris tries to look around the outside, can't do it. Oh, tries to get the switch back, no doing there. So he's going to have to wait until Mountain Straight at the latest, I'd say.
Love that call from you there, good DR. Chuck Norris won the Bathurst 12 hours and 6 hours. I love Chuck Norris jokes.
the good doctor.
What have we got going on here?
Oh, Bryce, he's still having a good go at the drivers around him. Doesn't look like he has too much damage from his incident.
He's going to try on the
Hey, well, he's
outside
got the run.
again. He's been in this position a few times tonight. Yeah, this time he's tucked in a bit narrower. Good call, I think. He's got Kevin Norris ahead. Aiden Midlow behind. Good practice for the 12 hour. We've also got another qualifying session straight after this and another race. This is fantastic stuff going on. Herbert's just dropped a few positions. And looks like Pete Chalmers has just binned it. He's just ahead. He's just ahead. Oh, bang! You can see that coming a mile away. You can see, oh, it's just kicking off. Oh, not a great place to put your car. You wanted to actually be up against the fence because you drift out wide there. Oh, the speed difference as well. That's not great. Christmas card lists will be narrowed there from that driver. Final lap of the race, though, is Zachary Smith leads the way, 4 for 5.
Spot on, Piggo. I was about to give him shit for that. Alex has just jumped in chat with that's the distance from Melbourne to Brisbane, or for the Euros, about London to Madrid, which, for those in the know, is what the pit bloke says over and over and over again. Oh, my goodness.
Really.
Yeah,
I've had enough of it.
I think that's Chad Nailon's voice as well.
I think it is.
We've all been listening to that flat chat for the last couple of weeks. I've had enough of it. Surely they can get some new pre-recorded
You know
messages.
one I've had enough of? Was it the last F1 game, the one before that, where they were talking about shout out to Billy Monger in the pits? Do you remember that? Every 5 seconds. Sanderson is right behind this pack, but he's a lap down, so he's just going to have to tap out, get prepared for qualifying 2. Zachary Smith comes around Forest elbow over the final time for race 1, leading the way. There's a few sad stories out there, but there's some great racing going on tonight.
100%.
Let's
Yep.
just check the biggest movers and shakers. So let's go board with Smitty. AV Maximum Pace. Maximum Pace took out the last special event we had at Silverstone. And they've got the things rolling nicely early on here. Picking up 10 points in the team challenge with a race win. Lawrenson's going to pick up 9 points. Kitching pick up 8 points. Great racing. They've just had an incident there in the last corner. Robert Fluke in the 616.
Oh, no, he's had a great race up until then.
Wait. No.
Waiting.
Out of fuel.
Oh, no.
Out of fuel.
Oh, no.
Several positions right at the
He
end.
is.
He's still
He's had
managed
a
to finish the
great
race,
race
though.
up until then. He has crawled over the line, but he won't be making that mistake in race 2.
Oh, there's been a massive incident in the chase. Fleming and Nick De Silva. Speedy Mite in Torrance Place. Looks like Nick De Silva just let the team through there, so he might have been at fault, but that's pure speculation.
It's always the. It's always nice being the better man.
Squeezing and easy there.
Yeah, De Silva being the better man there. If he was at fault, redressing that position there.
Bartlett, 676. That could be Convicts and Colonials. Yes, it is. They're going to pick up the AM win. Nice little battle here. Team first name. Odyssey Racing Academy. Going to pick up P2 and AM class. Let's go back up the front. What about the Pro-Am class? We had Mitchell Weston. Hats off.
P6, that is a very nice drive from Mitch Weston there. Especially considering that team was a late entry as well.
Very much so. Jared Manaford, 343 car. They're going to pick up P2 Pro-Am and Christopher Taylor in the old farts. Getting the other podium, which you love to see. And I think that's just about all she wrote. And we're going to head straight into qualifying 2. So some redemption ready for some other drivers.
It mustn't be too bad for old farts if they're managing to finish P13 in a stacked field like this.
Oh, they'll be very happy with that.
Oh, 100%, especially considering they're on the podium within their class.
There we go. The server does its thing. Come on, game. You can do it. We believe in you. Just kick it over. Go to the next session. Here we go. Qualifying 2, 4 p.m. Let's do it.
Yeah, a little bit later in the day, so we've moved on. There's still the nice clear weather, so the drivers will be enjoying that coming into qualifying. Not a lot of time between now and the race, so you wouldn't expect to see interchangeable positions as we go into the next session either, I would suggest. So, yeah, they'll be loving that.
Might be a good shout to just do this. We'll just go over the bonus points that we've seen so far. So 2 points for the pole position. So you can see 10, 4 and 6, 7, 6 picking that up. In our race we have 2 bonus points going to Zachary Smith, who also picked up 10 for the win. I'm not sure how we work out. That's going to be a bit of a data search there to find the Pro-Am fastest lap and AM fastest lap. But 4, 3, 4, 3 and 17 with those 3 in that order. If your car's still in the pits, just strategically waiting for some track space, do you reckon? I don't mind
Lukey's doing some bloody fuel calculations is what he's doing.
Maybe they didn't pay someone.
Yeah, there he is. He's just dropped off these jacks, so he'll pop out now. Not sure who that is. Still hanging around in the pits there. Ray Rischio, Iqbal Suji, couple of internationals. Iqbal from Malaysia.
A few different nationalities being represented in this Bathurst 12-hour this year.
Well, there we go. Let's bring some flags up then.
Oh, how lovely is that?
Look at that.
Oh, hang on. It's going to do that silly thing for qualifying 2. Oh, not having that.
So we've got the Indian flag there.
Sorry.
Got the Monaco flag there. Who's the... I think it's Hong Kong, the little white rosy type
Yes,
flower, and
that's
the
Hong
red
Kong.
flag. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Also, Monaco has the same flag as Indonesia, I'm
That's
pretty
correct.
sure.
It is 100% correct.
Ah, right. That got me, that one.
What's that one
'Cause,
there?
yeah.
What's that one there, bottom right?
Malaysia. That's the
Malaysia.
easy one.
What is that one there?
New Zealand, quite clearly.
No, it's clearly the United Kingdom of Tasmania.
It's the NATO flag.
The United States flag.
Oh, they're all backing up here in the last sector. Talk about trains. Plenty of white flags for the last bend.
It's so hard to pick a car because there's no... There we go. There's no order. What flag's that one?
South Africa.
Good stuff.
Tell you what, we've all been commentating and watching OOR long enough now. We've all learnt our flags just by watching these streams,
Not all of them.
That's a very nice Japanese flag there.
as opposed to a not very nice Japanese flag.
I mean, what would you call a not very nice Japanese flag, JC?
Well, Google Japanese flag change. I'm not sure what year it was, but they did change their flag.
Yeah, I think it was 95 or 96.
And the changes, if you had a crappy monitor or bad pixels, you wouldn't notice the change. It was like the slightest colour tweak. Much like how France had gone back to the original French colours over the last 12 months.
I mean, I barely noticed that, and I just still base it off of the colours they had last year.
Yep.
I mean, the Alpine base colours should look different if they're basing it off of the French flag.
Should be the operative term. I'm just going to chuck it on to auto mode because it's so jumbled. So we'll see what ACC TV provides footage-wise. I'm not going to be touching a single button.
Well, I'm looking forward to this.
It seems to be jumping around a lot.
It could be set to the race prediction of the race autopilot where it's about proximity. Because that is
Watching Bryce.
very close for a qualifying session.
Yeah, Bryce is right up behind that Lexus. He's just getting the toe, I guess. The Lexus very quick in a straight line. Maybe he figured he'd gain a tenth or two and stick his nose up, but now he's going to be a little bit slower here because I'd suggest that the Lambo's a little bit quicker than the Lexus over the mountain.
The Lambo might be a touch quicker, but it's definitely not the most stable thing on the mountain. Or speaking of not stable, that's a bit of a wall tap there from the Lexus.
So yeah, for those who don't know, you're not allowed to overtake during qualifying. If you're on your out lap and your in lap, etc., if someone's invalidated, it's a little bit of a different story. But if that Lexus is on a valid lap, then it doesn't matter how quick you are not to overtake a driver on their valid lap. So
Look at this.
Bryce, yeah, all four of them just tucked in behind this Lexus, just not quite getting their gaps right. You can see on the track map, there's plenty of room if you want it, but these guys haven't quite got their spacing right. And again, he knows he can't overtake, so he's just weaving and dodging in frustration. Here's our man Bryce. Hello. Wow, we'll watch this again. This was a quality piece of...
Ha!
I wouldn't mind watching it again. It was a good
I
one.
dropped something on my steering beam deck. Sorry for that unprofessional bullshit.
So Bryce has dropped a couple of positions there. He's just figured, obviously, this is not the lap that he wanted, so he's going to try and create himself some space here. The Lexus ran really wide there, so I don't know if that was intentional. He's letting some cars through, or I'm not sure what the deal is there. But yeah, Bryce just not quite getting it on that lap. He's got a minute and a half to go though, so he's got one more. Is he going for the Indian flag there, those guys, in the Apex Motorsport entry?
Looks like it.
That's the one way to put the car.
Also, that was a car in the wall. That was Sam Misson.
In the relaxed motors entry, just relaxing in the wall. So Lawrenson currently P3 with Misson, Fluke to Silver behind him. This is Davis. UNSW Racing, is that unsuitable for work racing? That's how I'm reading it. It's probably not, obviously. But same thing here, you can just see the Lexus. Clearly the quicker car on this lap, and just wiggling around behind the BMW here. And again, just not allowed to overtake, so just gives Spot a bite his time. And with only 30 seconds left, this will be their last lap as they come across. Ocean in the BMW. Remind me, Alex, is this the M4, or is the M4 allowed in this event?
I think so, yeah. I think it's only disallowed in Sprint series, if my memory is correct.
What's
Yeah,
that?
certainly.
I'm back.
We'll just talk about the M4. Oh, hang on, never mind that. That is a Bentley. That's the end of that lap. Fluky, very happy to get past him safely. We were just talking about whether the M4 is in the event.
I don't think anyone picked it.
Yeah, I think we were just talking about one.
No. I think when we put this out, BMW M4 wasn't allowed, but it'll be allowed in future ones.
All right, well, scroll through and find the BMW, because I'm pretty sure there's a BMW in this qualifying session. That's why we were discussing it.
Oh, that's the M6. Definitely in the M6.
Okay, all right.
HPan.
Shows you what I know about BMWs.
Pretty sure it
HPan,
is.
car 42, there he is.
Pretty wrong. Wow.
Oh, that's a rear end.
That's contact.
This is...
I have a feeling that's going to be a grid penalty, that one.
Alice has been around plenty of times, both in the last race and twice in this qualifying session already. That one looked to be of no fault of his own. There's no reason for you to keep going, Jared. Your lap is done and the clock is finished, so put it back in the pits. Is that an M4? Looks like the front of an M4, if you ask me.
Is it? No. That's an M4.
That's not an
M6.
M4.
All right, well, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, get back in your bed! Sorry, I've been handed a note here. Order yourself KFC. That's just walked in, give me a note, said order yourself KFC.
I mean, I'll do it. That's a great call from Nat.
That is a good call from that. Alright, so qualifying's done. Oh, it. I'm sick of this ACC TV on qualifying 2. We'll see Lawrenson has just snagged P2. So this
Smith
time
has P1 by a long way, 6/10 of a
6/10 if
second.
you don't mind.
Yeah, Lawrenson couldn't quite get the same lap together as he did last qualifying session. Equals P3. 7 o'clock on server. This looking good.
Yeah, this will look nice. This time of day, long shadows. It'll be working the graphics cards of some, but for us, we get to enjoy the climb up the mountain, the reflections off the windscreens. It'll be a joy to behold. A very good looking game is ACC, especially at some times of day. 7 PM being one of those. Looking forward to this.
Hey, look, as many yellow flags as we saw in the Lamborghini Sprint race.
Ha! Cop that. Yeah, we don't talk about that. Did you happen to see that, Alex? The Lambo Sprint race?
I think I saw parts of it, but I was a bit busy getting some homework done at that time, I'm pretty sure.
Do yourself a favour and go and rewatch lap 1 of that race, because from some circles, it was apparently the biggest crash they'd ever seen. I was smack bang in the middle of it, so I'm looking forward to seeing a replay and checking out what happened and what it looked like, because at one point I think I was upside down.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
I did quite enjoy watching the GT4 race just before this one. That was quite an interesting one, actually. It's strange, almost strange seeing GT4s race at Bathurst, especially at midnight.
Yeah, they did a great job, those guys, the GT4 races. We were watching Mike Reel and Nick Rodder for the last half of the race, just battling away, and a lot of us, having never driven the GT4s before, would have been a brand new experience for them, and to chuck them on the mountain as a first crack, that's one way to go about it. Straight into the deep end. Looking forward to the new Octane Online Racing GT4 series we've got coming up. That'll be a lot of fun. But of course, all eyes on this race. 25 minutes to go. What a big night it's been so far. And a good way to round it off here. Now, I'll tell you what I am seeing on the leaderboard is some new names. So I don't know whether that's part and parcel of the errors we were seeing in qualifying 2, because I'm sure they haven't done a driver change.
I think that's just a standard thing with the game, where it just picks up driver 1 from the car and just shows it up until they get through the first sector, I'm pretty sure.
Another of the fabled and famous Kunos features. Tell you what, the temperature's dropped. It was up in the 20s before, so... And the wind's picked up too, so some changeable conditions here, and obviously the light as well. Not just another 25-minute race, this one. Different conditions, and late into Friday night now too, in real time, so some fatigue maybe setting in. Everyone's just looking forward to going enjoying the rest of their Friday nights with their families, but they've got 25 minutes to go before they get that happening. Get to watch another battle between Zachary Smith and Andrew Lawrenson into turn 1 and 2. Alex Bowen currently in P3, doing a very good job commentating and driving at the same time.
That's the only way you can drive in this game. You have to commentate while you're doing it.
Is that a potential thing? I reckon we should. What if we get in-car driver interviews happening? You reckon that we could manage that?
Oh,
It's so hit and miss. It's so hit and miss.
Yeah, because I think when the supercars had the virtual E series, I think Crompo tried doing that at one stage, and it was fine, but not great.
Yeah, you'd be putting your team's entire day on the line if you try to do that in the middle of a 12-hour Bathurst run, I think. So maybe not here. But I don't know, maybe just like the 9 hours like Kalami when everything's sort of settled in a little bit. Not necessarily a super dangerous track, that one, or, you know, Silverstone, nice and flat as well. Plenty of time to breathe. Might be an option. Just me thinking aloud.
This race going to look great. The sun's slowly starting to set. It won't be dark by the time it finishes, but as we'll see on board here, it's starting to go down. Any corners that wreck a little bit of havoc on the driver's eye line? Don't think so. Maybe turn 1, perhaps.
Yeah, I'd need an onboard. You can see the sun. Yeah, as you said, probably turn 1 might be the only one. Maybe going up into the cutting as well. But other than that, yeah, probably not much. So here they come for the final time tonight. Expectations were high for race 1, and they delivered, especially the front runners. Smithy getting it done down into turn 1. And then the battle resumed all the way up to turn 2, and for the first couple of laps they made some moves on each other before they stretched their legs. So we'll see if that develops again here in race 2. Lachlan Nichols doing very well to put himself on at P3. He'll be interested in this lap 1 battle as well. A few cars just getting a little anxious there, but away they go. Smithy with a nice little jump. He will get this done into turn 1 pretty comfortably, I would suggest. Away from Lawrenson and Nichols and Kitching. A little bit of contact there on the exit of turn 1 between a few cars. But again, nice and clean. And on the way up to turn 2 they go. Sam Misson in the Nissan. Say that twice. A couple of times, 3 times, 4 times. He's on his way up. Aston Martin of Mitchell Weston behind him. Getting a little look in, but they tuck into single file on their way up to cutting for the first time. Nice and tidy. Easy does it. Everyone looking pretty handy. Lawrenson putting a great deal of pressure on the Mercedes. Just tucking in nicely and waiting for lap 1 to develop. Maybe looking to get it done down Conrod again with the Nissan power. But I tell you what, that's a nice clean start. Camera 2, a couple of 2 wides coming over the mountain. So I hope they sort that out before they get to Skyline, because that'll be all sorts of death if they don't.
They seem to have gotten it sorted quite nicely.
Yep, everyone's done very well lap 1. Nice work. The front 4 here, Kitching, Nichols, Lawrenson, Smith, all just sort of building a little gap to Fluke in 5th and then Nissan behind him. And as we said before, Misson in the Nissan. He'll have a look behind Fluke there. I would suggest he's going to get that done before they even get to the kink. He's going to have to go down the inside. And Fluky gives him a wide berth, but I tell you what, Misson not willing to send it up the inside there. I think he pulled out of that. Maybe just jumped on the anchors or at least rolled off the throttle and didn't want any of that lap 1, which is probably a good call, let's be honest. Oh, he went very deep under brakes there. Fluky entitled to brake where he likes, and the Nissan had to almost go on the grass there, I'd suggest. So that's going to allow the Aston Martin of Mitchell Weston to investigate the inside of turn 1, but doesn't get that done. And tucks in behind on their way through the second lap. Nice and clean. How about that? Nary a yellow flag to be seen.
All right, my turn. Let's just get into this now. We haven't seen any dramas yet, but I'm on the mic. Smitty holds a nice little tiny gap, but that seemed to be enough last race to hold on. We've seen a fair bit of Nissan action and Bentley action as we got a yellow flag just in the background. Car 5.
Straight away. What, 10 seconds of your commentary, bam, yellow flag. What do we got to do?
Luckily, I haven't said anything on board yet. Mitchell Weston, though, I've been super impressed with. There's a massive accident in the background. Massive. Anyway, that's me done. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. Thanks for joining us. We'll allow those yellow flags to recover, and there's plenty of white and yellow back there, so a couple of those might have to return to pits.
Massive accident.
Yeah, it
Goodness
looks like
me.
a very, very big accident. Do we have safety cars in this, or?
It's a good question. I think it's only VSC that would have come out. They're not running a safety car. I do believe.
Well, it looks like
would
they've
have to
cleared
be a
up
pretty-
anyways, so I don't think that will be an issue now.
Yeah, it would have had to have been a very significant sort of midfield scenario for that to come out, I think. 422 has returned to the pit, so that's unfortunate.
Massive accident.
He was part of the massive accident. It was 422, and yeah, he's returned to pits. That'll do him for tonight. Love to see him get back out there if he repairs the damage, and obviously the 3.5 to 4 minute control lock you have to sit out. But
It would have been, in the real race, it would have been a safety car for sure. It's the exact type of incident why you'd bring out the safety car for here at Mount Panorama. So I'm about to show you. It's,
oh, here we go. We've got the fabled replay. Looking forward to seeing this. It is Zachary Smith, a couple of seconds in front of Lawrenson, Nichols and Kitching. Those guys still leading up the front there. Only a second gap sort of separating those before a little bit of a gap back to Fluke and Misson putting all sorts of pressure on Flukey. But here's the replay. This is what we wanted to see. So Neil has jumped on comms, and this is kicked off straight away. So, oh, there's a 2 wide back there. They managed to sneak through. Oh, look, there's also...
that's where it was.
There it is. There's your bottleneck. And look at them all go. So it's a blind corner. It is a blind corner.
Half the grid got involved in that one. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a big mess there.
They're all giving each other lots of love. They look like there's some babies being born in there. The Bentlicks and the Lamast and the BM Bent. Oh, they're all out of shape. So yeah, as you said, blind corner, and you gotta respect the yellow flags. You gotta. Oh, he's coming way too quick through there.
it's a double yellow is being waved already. You can see that on the dash. And,
So just get off the gas.
be
Still
careful.
full throttle the whole way through there. That's always going to happen through a blind corner. So that's what we don't want to see on Sunday.
oops.
But yeah, your hit rate tonight, Neil, unquestionable. Unreal what you've been able to produce tonight. So I'll throw it to Alex now because we don't want to see that again.
Oh, why not? Why don't you want to see that?
Well, just a little bit every now and then, but as I said, I'm glad it's here tonight. Let's get them out of the way in the support races and maybe here. I don't want to see any of that on Sunday. I hope everyone makes it through for their sake. As we've discussed, everyone's practiced and put a lot of time and effort into it. So if someone were to have the... Ooh, that got a little bit close there from the Aston, but managed to pull it up and then compromised his exit.
That's
Mitchell
Mitchell
Weston.
Weston. He's getting he's now under pressure from the Bentley Suzuki. Suzuki's going to have a look around the outside. I don't think he's going to be able to make a move though, so Weston should hold on for now. Looks like we had some side by side further ahead between Misson and Fluke. Fluke looked like he got ahead of Misson there, and Misson may have had a little bit of tap with the wall.
Yeah, those gaps have extended up the front there, and Fluke's closed it. So I'm not sure what's happened between the top 4. They were all sort of within a second of each other before, and Fluke had dropped back 3 or 4, but those gaps have closed up the front. So getting a replay here of our man Raj Sandhu, Swo fail. Getting a little squirrely there, and that's disconnection. He is now a submarine.
Submarine into the middle of the mountain.
Yeah. So unfortunate for our man Raj. And again, same thing. You don't want to see that on a Sunday. Yeah, the old disconnect. That's one way to ruin a race. Iqbal Suji, here he is for the Try Hard Wannabe entry. What are they trying to say with their team name, I reckon?
All these drivers are under 2 seconds from P4 down to God knows where. Iqbal.
Yeah, that's quite the terrain. It's a long, extended terrain, few different gaps, but it's all fairly close. Got quite close between Wellerburn and Clark, further back. That looks like Clark hasn't quite been able to make a move on this occasion.
Definitely tell it's Kovacs Racing purple with those wheels.
Yep, well, we've discussed it. The Lexus gets a pass. They can paint their rims whatever they like. We don't like painted rims on most cars, but the Lexus can't change its livery, so they've got to be able to separate themselves somehow. So they get a free pass, and they've even colour-coded them based on their team names. That's nice. I like it.
Well, that looked like a fairly easy move for Kumar on De Silva. Maybe De Silva had a bit of an error out of turn 1, but either way, Kumar moves ahead of De Silva into P11. So car 888 now ahead of car 88. That's not confusing.
Car 8 ahead. No, it's not really, MJ.
Yeah, they're not far behind car 818. And 9 minus 1 is 8 from Steenkamp.
Nice by you.
It sounds almost like a the 888 racing team in supercars, just 888 88. It's all over the shop. But then again, always nice to see car 91 in the top 10. No personal bias or anything. Meanwhile, we've got looks like that's Weston on the back of Missing with Suji, not far behind at all. This is going to be a close battle for the next while, I reckon.
Yeah, I don't see Wheezy closing in on the Nissan here, but he's under all sorts of pressure from Suji, as you said. So Suji showing his nose in the mirrors down the inside there, but it was never on, so didn't get it done. I love that shot, the one that shoots back from the wing. I actually really enjoy watching battles from that shot.
Gives you a nice representation of where the cars are positioned.
I'll tell you what, one that you put up before was the camera on the ground shot.
Well, this is interesting.
On the front wing or underneath the front bonnet. That was a great shot. Yeah, that's the one. We love this. Me and Sean were talking about this before, especially over the top of the mountain. You get a real sense of speed, and you know, watching the cars bottom out, and especially through McPhillamy, you can see them getting light, and as the suspension lifts and unloads, and this is a great little view. So love to see plenty of this one on Sunday. I'm a big fan of this view.
Looks like we have a bit of action between Steenkamp and Sanderson further back. I think Steenkamp's managed to get past Sanderson. So we have 3 Pro-Ams that are all on the Pro-Am podium at the moment. Basically, Linus Stern on track.
Look, you can see the sparks coming up.
Oh, Weston is very close. Oh,
That's
he's hit the wall, and that's
yeah.
one.
You cursed him. He was very close, and then he was too close. That is dead. Oh,
That's
the yellows.
not a good spot. Oh no.
And then the McLaren's going around. That's Thomas and Anderson, I think. And he's made a bit of a bottleneck. And Wheezy's being punted, and it's all happening. Oh, everyone's got to respect those yellows. I think most of them did. In most cases, there, a lot of cars slowing down, trying their best. Oh no. That's Jared Matterford getting all sorts of crossed up. And he went around by himself there, I think. Oh, no.
So what did Miles say earlier? He was quite impressed by Weston's performances.
Curses all night long from that man.
It was inevitable once Malik started saying his words. Now, a question for you, JC. Have you actually watched Encanto now? Now that I mentioned it the other day.
I have, yes. That's the little Disney movie with the Bruno guy. Yeah, I watched it the other day. It's a great movie.
Well, I think I have a fairly good comparison between Bruno and Malik. Anything that they say comes to fruition.
Oh, that's a very good call from you. Oh, Bruno Malik. Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno. And we don't let Malik near the microphone, because when he does, he curses people, and that's a great call from you. I like that. We're going to get a replay here. What happened to our man Wheezy? He's right up behind Misson, and Misson obviously
inside wall,
entitled to break wherever he likes, and Weston just not able to scrub off and off pace, which really hurt him. And then everyone behind him.
I think it was the inside wall that he just touched that got him a bit loose, and then just a few cars that just couldn't avoid it.
Yeah, so that was a Lambo that gave him a bit of a kiss and turned him around the right way, which is nice of him.
that steering angle.
He's in all sorts of trouble. Pull over and send it to the pits, Wheezy. Oh, I hope he did. I don't know where he is now, but
Pretty sure he did send it to the pits.
it's a very sick-looking Aston. And Salty Rod and the Turtle Motorsport McLaren.
Salty
Turtle
Rod.
Salted
Turtle
Rod.
Motorsport. Are they going slowly? The Turtle Motorsport. Oh, look at all these cars here on the
Oh,
top
that's
skyline.
a gaggle and a half.
Oh, there's
Oh,
one-
and that's a car and a half in the wall. That's Simon Gorowski.
Yep, that is Gorowski. Yep.
Nice round.
Yeah, it's tricky following people that closely through Skyline because you've obviously got to take off a bunch of speed before you go over the hill there, and if the one in front of you jumps on the brakes a bit earlier than you, then you slam on the brakes and you're gone. You're just gone if you have to get on the anchors too hard there. It's very tricky following cars through Skyline, especially if you're quicker than them.
Oh, this is sketchy through the chase, but it seems Pickford's managed to get past Sanderson. Sanderson tries to have a look around the outside, but nothing doing there, so we've had a change of position for, looks like P14 and P16. We now see David Bartlett have a look. He's stuck his nose up the inside. Oh, no.
More death.
That's the Czech Republic around.
It's your fault, Alex.
Everything's my fault.
Yeah, that one is yours. We'll paint that one for you.
It's about time.
Yeah, plenty of mistakes starting to creep in now. As I said, it's late on a Friday night. These drivers maybe just a little fatigued after a long week of work. There's a couple shooting off into the side lane there. 420 being one of those. That's the brake Czech Republic, as you said, probably carrying a bit of damage. This is a replay of Professor Simo Gorowski. Yeah, just having to jump on the anchors a little too hard there and then getting all sorts of aero wash as he comes over the hill there. No grip and lost it all the way down. He's pinballed his way all the way down the hill there. So
Would want to have a direct drive in that situation.
Going to be a very unhappy pit crew. Lots of damage to repair there.
Meanwhile, we've got a battle for the pro podium here, like the outright podium between Lachlan Nichols and Oliver Kitching. Lamborghini versus Aston Martin. Odyssey Racing versus absolutely no idea. This is tight between these two. Kitching is very, very quick, but can he use the Aston Martin to get past that Lamborghini of Nichols? Nichols is having a very nice race here. Sort of just started when he got into that third position in qualifying. Anyways, we head up Mountain Straight now. Kitching's just behind Nichols as we see a replay of what happened to the brake Czech Republic car. That's a lot of damage. Oh, and he's just getting absolutely mugged going into the chase, and I'm assuming, yeah, just a bit wide here. Oh no. Something, yeah. Oh, he has the car behind.
Pickford and the Lexus. Very interested.
Yeah, just a little bit of a
That's all
tap
it takes. He got a couple of spins. He ended up looking like a Beyblade there at the end. And he said, that's enough for me.
Unfortunate for the Czech Republic.
So where's he go now? I think I saw him shoot off into the side road. I'm interested to see how this ended up.
I think he just pulled it
Not
up.
braked here. No brakes. Off he goes. Pulls it into the pit. So not been there night. The brake Czech Republic entry. But you're not wrong. This battle here, this is the spicy one. Oliver Kitching. Very close behind Lachlan Nichols. This has been the running order for the top four drivers the entire race. Smithy and Lawrenson up there in P1 and 2 have led the way.
We have a battle further back, it looks like, just in camera 2. Oh, that's side by side through the cutting. That's tight. And they're still going side by side. Oh no, that's not going to end well.
And it didn't.
Still side by side, and
hasn't
that's
well.
where, yeah.
Oh no, it rejoined! Maybe he's just trying to control his
oh,
car, to
no.
be honest. That was... Yeah, not easy to control there, but...
Yeah. I mean, an incident like that was inevitable when they were going side by side through the never, 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 never go side by side through there.
Pitching up behind Nichols. Got the run now, I think. If he was going to get it done, as long as he gets turn one right, he has. He has to. Oh, he's actually taken a fair bit of grass on the exit there, and the Lambo got a very nice exit. So I thought he was just about done. He was right up behind him, and he seemed to get it right. Just as I said, he just took too much grass on the exit, so that's not it. Tell you what, the Lambo taking a very shallow line there through turn 2, not getting anywhere near the exit curb, and yet making it work. Clearly knows what he's doing, Lachlan Nichols. I'm not trying to say that he's not using all the exit intentionally, but he's done it right there. Anyway, love this corner, very close to the wall every lap there at the BP signs.
Through metal grate now. Ooh, that was close.
Again, you've got to be close to these walls to maximise your lap. It's such a scary proposition. Over Skyline, you feel the car go light. Down here through the dipper, it's a very sudden drop. You feel the car bottom out every lap. And down here into probably everyone's most unliked corner, if not anywhere, but definitely on this track, is Forest Elbow. The downhill braking zone. You are sure to lock up at least once, if not a few times in your stint.
Looks like Kitchen is rather close here to Nichols now. Will we try and have a go up the inside of the chase? He's right there, but I think he's just a bit too far back on this occasion. This is very intriguing going to the end. Meanwhile, a bit further back, we've got Missin and Suji having a battle of their own. This is very tight between these two.
Yeah, they've been close all night, but Lachlan's got his car in all the right places, that's for sure. He's just staying under control of the situation. Not quite getting the apex there, but again, got a nice little exit. So
he's going to be vulnerable here though, because Kitching is right behind here and has the slipstream. He's going to have... Oh, he's adding a look up the inside. Nah, no way he was going to make the move up there.
Again, Lachlan just doing what he needs to do. Just plonked his car very early on. Said, this is my line. If you want to go around the outside, you can have a go. And Kitching said, no, I can find some room up here. And it just wasn't there. So, yeah, Nichols doing all the right things.
Taking the Albon quote very literally. Try and stop me getting past. That's fine. I will get through on the grass.
Ah, they race him so hard.
Oh, so hard.
Okay, cameraman.
Yeah, bit of a spaz happy little contraption there. That's okay, we're back.
The cameraman's on the glass bar.
Ah! Goodness me.
Was Kitching P3 last race?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he was.
Big points here for a few of these teams, being very consistent. Just can't get quite close enough to the Lamborghini of Conrad.
Hello, Hidden. Hidden has just described. Welcome to the grid, Hidden. Subscribe as well as trying to spit out there. I think I said describe. Anyway.
Thank you for describing.
Thank you for describing that, yeah.
What are we describing today?
We're describing how good this battle is going to be for the last 2.5 minutes. And we're describing it in our very best terms. Again, the Aston just tagging the grass on the exit there, so probably costing himself up the straight. And again, Nichols choosing to plonk his car in the middle of the road, just asking Kitching to try and find a way around the outside, so he won't get that done. Back here with Andrew Ferguson. Being chased by... it's definitely not Tom Sanderson, because Tom Sanderson's in the McLaren behind them, so I wonder if that Bentley's...
This is
car.
Riskio and Ferguson.
My apologies. Spot on. We are on board with Andrew Ferguson as he chases down Ray Rischio.
That's a little wide. He's managed to keep it on track though, but he's dropped quite a bit back from Rischio now. So he's jump on board with the salty rod himself, right behind Pickford, and Pickford's let him through. That's interesting. I wonder whether they got caught up in some form of incident earlier on in the race. Meanwhile, we've got Kumar and Wellerburn up on the top of the mountain. That's a bit wide from Wellerburn. Kumar's, you need to be very aggressive to have a look there. It seems Wellerburn doesn't quite have the lines down compared to Kumar on the top of the mountain, although that's fair enough considering the Lamborghini is a bit of a mess on the mountain. Oh, that's close.
Real close.
Kumar will have the run here though, although he's dropped back on the exit of Forest Elbow. Seems the Mercedes struggles on the exit of Forest Elbow, though straight line speed does not seem to be a problem. He is gaining and gaining and gaining. As we are entering the last lap now, Smithy is just going onto the last lap. Oh, this is tight here. Kumar's having a look but can't quite get the line that he wants, so this battle is going to be very intriguing. There's a few very close battles. We've got Miss and Suji, Wellerburn, Kumar, Taylor and Fleming just behind these two. It's a little wide from Wellerburn. Kumar is having a look, but no, can't get the exit. Wellerburn is holding on to that P10. This is very interesting indeed.
Same as Nichols, Yoda's just got all this car. He's got this car in all the right places. He's plonking it defensively, and it was interesting towards the kink there. Suji looked like he had a massive run. It was like he almost caught him too quickly, and he had to jump on the anchors before he got to the kink. So not quite getting that move done in the chase.
Fleming and Taylor looks like they've swapped positions, and both have received a warning. So I wonder if they've made a little bit of contact. And it seems Kumar's fallen off the back of Wellerburn.
Must have got a little too interested in Weatherburn, and he has his white flag, so he's obviously had an error somewhere. Yeah, he's way behind Weatherburn now.
Meanwhile, further ahead, Kitching is right on the back here of Lachlan Nichols. This is the battle for P3. This is it. What can Kitching do here? Oh, he's gaining. He's gonna have a go at the inside of the kink. This will be very tight.
Hold on to your
hats.
hats.
Get the move done.
Nichols has got to break deeper.
Holding on up the inside.
Oh, this is a great battle.
Oh, and I think Kitching's got it.
I think he has. He's got it done on the last lap.
And Smithy has crossed the line to win. Lawrence in P2, and I think, Kitching has done it right at the death. So Oliver Kitching takes P3. Lachlan Nichols just behind in P4. Robert Fluke, P5. Then we've got Sam Misson a bit further back with Suki just behind. A bit further back we've got Steenkamp. As we see, Wellerburn's coming to the pits.
What's happened there? Oh, the pixel races have come a cropper on the last lap. No, I don't like seeing that.
So that means Kumar will take P10 in the end. Even after his error. Oh no, Tom Sanderson. That's
hasn't been his race either.
Be.
He's been around a couple of times as well, has Tom Sanderson.
We see just a change of position there between Cam Norris and Andrew Ferguson. Looks like Norris has managed to get past Ferguson through Forest Elbow.
Yeah, and pulled away from him too on the straight. So,
anyways,
let's see what happened to Jacob Weatherburn. Over the top skyline. The car very light on fuel. I don't know what's happened there.
He's just gotten a bit wide. He compromised his line going into Skyline, and just couldn't quite get it turned in. So that's really unfortunate there for Wellerburn. That's Pete Chalmers around.
Couple coming unstuck on the last lap.
The fatigue is really starting to set in for some of these drivers. Luckily, it's in the nick of time. That
McLaren looks very sick. That McLaren is not... He's going to try and drag it over the line. Is Deasy.
How's he saved that?
Has he not killed that Aston? What a save in what is probably a car with like 23 minutes of damage. And send it as well. Deasy, if there was ever a... He's got his zing on as Deasy, goodness me. Is that Aston... Is he blue flag to that Aston, by the way? I think that was Wheezy's car, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wowee. Well,
Looked like
if there's a
Chalmers
time
will
to
be
do
the
it,
last driver
now's
the
the
line.
time to do it. Don't do it in the race, bloody hell. But why not have a bit of fun towards the end of Friday night? That's the way to finish us off. Nice work from Deasy. Pete Chalmers brings it over to line 2. Love that. Could have parked it on the Melbourne on the mountain and said that's enough, but he didn't. He dragged it home. Love that. Kovacs Racing Blue with the blue rims. We like those. But well called by you, Alex Bowen. It is Smithy in P1. Did it pretty comfortably. We didn't see him for most of that second race, so that's when you know you've had a good one. You weren't on any replays, making any mistakes. Nice work from him. Lawrenson in P2, I believe, pretty comfortably. And back to P3, we saw that battle between Kitching and Nichols right down to the wire on the last lap. Kitching managing to pinch it. So, yeah, Smith, Lawrenson and Kitching are your pro top 3 with Suji, the Pro-Am winner in that one, followed by Johan Steenkamp and Fleming in the Lamborghini. And for the AM class, as I said, the same 3 drivers, always picking up points, but good on them. And it's a little bit of a different order this time. We've got Bartlett, Miller and Alice. So, oh, goodness me, I'm catching my breath after that one. That last lap battle between Kitching and Nichols, that was a banger. Well called by you, Alex.
Oh, it was absolutely stunning. Like, they were so close throughout, and to have the podium decided on the last lap, that is just magnificent.
How dare you? Yep. Yep. No worries, Neil Alexander. Always a pleasure with you. And chat, Diabols especially, best on ground, MVP from you. Looking forward to seeing you for Wet and Wild tomorrow night, and of course for the Porsche Cup and qualifying as well. Looking forward to qualifying, are we ever?
Oh, 100%. It's always fun being able to commentate some of these races. They are just amazing to watch, and qualifying should be one of, if not the best qualifying you'll see throughout the weekend. Bathurst shootouts are always something special to watch.
Thousand words ain't enough to define a body up, yeah. Caught her look and she wants it back. She's firing up that body up, yeah, yeah. You think that I want you, but not babe. You're one in a million, but it's not for me. I'm not into girls with a plastic trace. Don't take it too personally. My fault, my bad. The words out, but you aren't ready for it. Show off, appearance of I got this, but I got. Gotta be hard on me now to know Let's go.